the 23rd, and today we celebrate Administrative Professionals Day, the so-called power behind the throne. Secretaries or administrative professionals are not what they once were. After all, National Professional Secretaries Week and Secretaries Day was created in 1952, and roles at the office have changed significantly since then. This is one of the largest workplace observances of the year, and with good reason. There are more than 4.1 million Americans that have the job title Administrative Assistant, and another 8.9 million Americans that work in administrative support roles. Today is Administrative Professionals Day, or Secretary's Day, as it was used to be called. It's also National Picnic Day today. For centuries, people have been eating their meals in the beautiful atmosphere of nature. Our modern idea of picnic evolved from medieval hunting feasts and Victorian garden parties. Should be a good day as well for picnic. It's National Picnic Day. It's also World or National Administrative Professionals Day, or Secretary's Day, on this Wednesday, April the 23rd edition of The Joe Show. Our phone number to call in, as always, 859-238-WHIR, 238-9447. We start you off this morning playing the national anthem. It's brought to you by Bob Allen Motor Mall and the Hometown Radio Network.
The Bob Allen Motor Mall and Hometown Radio Network proudly honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Bob Allen Motor Mall, Hometown Radio Network, teaming up every morning to honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Our phone number to call in this morning is 859-238-9447, 238-WHIR. Birthdays and anniversaries coming your way. Call them in, and we'll celebrate with you on this April the 23rd. All right, birthdays today look like this. Good day today for, like, sports or coach birthdays. This is what we have in a birthday list. Judy Mason, former Danville Lady Admiral head coach and Boyle Lady Rebel head coach as well, but more recently at Danville, having a birthday today. Current Danville boys basketball coach Tristan Ford is also having a birthday today. Along with Coach Ford and Coach Mason, the Big Daddy, Steve Bertram, having a birthday today. Happy birthday to the Big Daddy. Andrea James having a birthday, so is Alan Karapanzik. Of course, Andrea comes on basically every other Friday with Walker's Trail, doing a Trail Talk segment. And then Alan, I went to high school with Alan, so I got good connections with everybody on the birthday list today. Andrea James, Judy Mason, the Big Daddy, Steve Bertram, Tristan Ford, Alan Karapanzik. Call them in. Let's celebrate together today. 859-238-9447. That's 238-WHIR. It's a Wednesday. It's the 23rd day of April. Typical Wednesday morning show we have lined up for you. First guest comes on here this morning at 7:20. We'll talk with Boyle County softball coach Brian Dean, who will join the show. We had Lady Rebels versus Lady Titans softball yesterday. Radio Rick had the call for you last night. Mercer won it last night, and that one at Boyle County. So we'll talk with Coach Dean about that game last night. That'll be at 7:20 this morning. 7:40 County Agents Corner, brought to you by Bluegrass South Livestock Market. It's Boyle County week this week, so Tyler Ray joins the show, and we'll have Tyler on here this morning at 7:40. In the 8 o'clock in the morning hour, 8:10, we've got Amanda Mays Bledsoe, our state senator, who will call in. We'll see what's going on with Senator Bledsoe today and what she's been working on in the quote-unquote off season for the General Assembly. She'll be on here this morning at 8:10. 9 o'clock in the morning, 9:10, Jamie Todd will join us. He is the new Boyle County boys basketball coach. And we'll talk with him about what it means to be named Boyle County boys coach, what he expects to see out of Boyle County, the future of Rebel basketball, and get to know our brand new head coach, Jamie Todd, the head coach of the Boyle County boys basketball team. Boyle County announced him as the head coach yesterday morning. So we'll have him on. He'll do his first radio interview with us this morning at 9:10. That's the rundown of today's show. We'd love to have you on. Our phone number to call in this morning is 859-238-WHIR. That's 238-9447. As always, sports starts us off. We'll take a look at how the Reds did yesterday. If you're a Reds fan, don't change the station, but close your ears for a bit, because they didn't win. We'll talk about it in sports coming up. The Lakers beat the Timberwolves. The Bucks fall behind 2-0, and the Marlins beat the Reds. Those are the headlines on this Wednesday morning. I'm Joe Mathis, guiding you through these Wednesday morning sports. We'll start off with your Cincinnati Reds, where Agustin Ramirez walked, doubled twice, and singled in his second Major League game to help the Marlins beat the Reds 4-3 last night. Ramirez went 2 for 3 in his MLB debut on Monday, and his 5 hits are the most in the first 2 games by a player that plays for the Marlins. Xavier Edwards singled in the tie-breaking run in the 7th. A 2-out dribbler to Reds reliever Graham Ashcraft. A throwing error by Ashcraft allowed Otto Lopez to score from second. The Marlins have now won 3 straight and will go for the series sweep of the Reds today. In the National Basketball Association, the LA Lakers owned a double-digit lead for most of the game, held off a late fourth-quarter push from the T-Wolves, and then held on for a 94-85 win in Game 2. The Lakers avoided a problematic 2-0 hole and even the first-round Western Conference Series at 1 game apiece. Game 3 is Friday in Minneapolis at 9:30. Lakers star Luka Doncic almost had a triple-double. He had 31, 12 rebounds, and 9 assists. And All-Star LeBron James had 21, 11, and 7 assists. Austin Reeves added 16 points, and Rui Hachimura scored 11 for L.A. From midway through the first quarter until midway through the fourth, the Lakers led by at least 10 points and were up 22 in the second quarter and 21 in the third. Minnesota trimmed the deficit down to 9 with about 6.5 minutes left, but the Lakers held on for a 9-point win. Staying in the NBA, the Milwaukee Bucks got a massive boost last night, but it did not make a difference. All-Star guard Damian Lillard returned to the court 5 weeks after he was diagnosed with deep vein thrombosis, or blood clots, in his right calf. However, the Bucks dropped Game 2 of their first-round series against the Pacers, 123-115. They now trail 2-0 in the first-round NBA playoff series. Game 3 is Friday. Over the past few weeks, Lillard has been making progress, eventually coming off blood thinner medication. As Lillard's progress continued, the Bucks issued news releases indicating the return during the playoffs could be possible. Then yesterday, Lillard told reporters that he expected a return, and the Bucks officially listed him as questionable ahead of tip-off. He did indeed play. Lillard and MVP award finalist Giannis Antetokounmpo appeared in a postseason game together for the Bucks. First time that's happened. Last season, Giannis missed the postseason with a calf injury. And in ESPN news, longtime ESPN play-by-play commentator Mike Patrick passed away Sunday at the age of 80. Patrick rose to national prominence at ESPN starting in 1982 and was a consistent presence on the network's football and basketball broadcasts for over 30 years. His final ESPN call came in the 2017 AutoZone Liberty Bowl. That's what's going on in sports. I'm Joe Mathis for the Hometown Radio Network.
Did you know that WHIR AM 1230 is the talk of the town? We're not spreading gossip. We're just letting you know where the best talk radio is found all day, every day. Mornings begin with Danville's own Joe Mathis and The Joe Show.
Hey, this is Joe Mathis.
Wake up to what you missed. News, weather, sports, and local guests. Followed by Kentucky Sports Radio with Matt Jones.
Welcome, everyone. Kentucky Sports Radio. I'm Matt Jones.
Then, the man who has an opinion about everything, Tomas Mauricio.
I'm Tomas Mauricio. I invite you to tune in.
Starting at noon with Advocates for America. Then at 3, it's the best-known name in news, Sean Hannity.
Join me, Sean Hannity, on WHIR.
Then, Joe Pag starts off weekday evenings at 6 with his take on the day's news, mixed with his fun parody songs about the news.
Hey, it's Joe Pag on WHIR.
Afterwards, at 10, it's the unique world of John B. Wells on WHIR with his Caravan to Midnight show.
This is John B. Wells, WHIR, AM 1230 and FM 103.9.
These guys have a lot to say, and they'll be glad to have you join them every weekday on your home for news, talk, sports. AM 1230, WHIR, the talk of the town.
So creamy it melts in your mouth. Mom Blakeman's candy.
Mom Blakeman's has made the world's best cream pull candy, and we have been making potato candy. We ship all over the world and have it in many retail stores. You are welcome to stop by our shop in Lancaster to sample or purchase any of our 7 flavors of cream pull candy and potato candy. We have a variety of tubs and tins available. Visit our website at momblakeman'scandy.com or call 800-542-4607.
Danville Deal Maker, Bob Allen.
Together, let's drive at Bob Allen Chevrolet. Lease a new 25 Chevy Silverado 1500 Crew Cab LT 4x4 for only $409 per month for 36 months. First payment, taxes, and fees due at signing, 10,000 lease miles per year. Stock M25213. Must have trade and lease loyalty. Bob Allen Chevrolet, located on Maple Avenue in Danville, or shop online anytime at BobAllenMotorMall.com.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
Okay, Jack. Appreciate that, buddy. Brought to you by Altogether Recovery Center, Danville's first residential addiction center for men, offering life-saving, compassionate care for drug and alcohol addiction. Altogether Recovery Center now open right here in Danville. Sunshine, high today 78, and the low tonight of 58. Chance of rain showers and thunderstorms tomorrow morning, afternoon, and evening. About a quarter of an inch possible. Another quarter of an inch on Friday. Another quarter of an inch Friday night. It's going to really come down on us. And then Saturday starts to fade out of here, but maybe too little too late, essentially, to enjoy your Saturday by the time it gets out of here with all the rain that we get, if you're looking for outdoor activities. Hopefully not. We're hoping we get good weather Saturday, but Saturday's looking okay, but how much rain do we get Friday to soak things up? Sunday, sunshine, back with a good weather, high of 72. Right now, 6:25 in the morning. It's 47 degrees on this Wednesday, the 23rd day of April. We'd love to have you on the show this morning, 859-238-9447. That's 238-WHIR, as we take a look at celebrities having birthdays on this April the 23rd. Those famous people having famous birthdays on this famous day, as the great Charlie Perry would say. Here we go. Happy birthday today to, well, looks like there's no sound effects or no sound clips to play for you today from birthdays, but we do have John Cena, his 48, nicknamed Doctor of Thugonomics. He won over 10 world championships, broke the record with his 11th WWE championship. I guess he also won one over the weekend or something. He's turned into a bad guy. I don't know. John Cena, 48 years old today. Director Michael Moore, 71. Clint Eastwood once threatened to shoot Michael Moore if he appeared at his door with a camera. So there you go. The late President, everyone's favorite, James Buchanan, would have had a birthday today. The 15th President of the United States. He was opposed of the secession of the southern states, believed that to be illegal, but did not feel it was wise to go to war over the matter, something that would happen the moment his successor was elected to the office. That's Abraham Lincoln. President James Buchanan would have had a birthday today, the 15th president of the U.S. The late fashion designer Halston would have been 93. His birth name was Roy Halston Frowick. As a designer, he believed the American woman was about having a relaxed urban lifestyle. He created a new phenomenon in the 1970s and believed that women can wear the same clothing for the entire day on any occasion. The late fashion designer Halston would have had a birthday today. And the late William Shakespeare, his influence on the English language far exceeds that of any other literary figure. Some of his original phrases include dead as a doornail, a sorry sight, foul play, hot-blooded, and in a pickle are some of the phrases and terms that Shakespeare coined. Celebrity birthdays on this Wednesday, April the 23rd.
In country music.
All right then, Mr. Voice. It was on this date, country music history, in the year 1936, where one of the all-time greats was born. I myself not a huge fan of this guy. I mean, like, I understand his importance, but Roy Orbison would have had a birthday today. I just think his songs are kind of boring to me. But Roy Orbison, born on this date, 1936. It was on this date, country music history, 1972, where Jerry Lee Lewis at number 1 in the country charts with his song Chantilly Lace, Pretty Face. And it was on this date, 2002, Kenny Chesney released No Shoes, No Shoit, No Problems, which became his first U.S. number 1 album. And that's what's gone on this date, April 23rd, country music history. It was on this date, 1936, where Roy Orbison was born.
Pretty woman, walking down the street, pretty woman, the kind I like to meet, pretty woman.
Roy Orbison grew up in Texas, began singing in a rockabilly, country, and western band in high school until he was signed by Sun Records in Memphis, was a member of the Traveling Wilburys. He had a 1988 number 21 single, Handle with Care. He died in 1988, December the 6th of 88. Roy Orbison, born on this day, 1936. He would have been 89 years old today, folks.
And you look lovely as can be. Are you lonely just like me?
It was on this day, country music history, 1972. Jerry Lee Lewis went number 1 on Billboard's country singles chart with his song Chantilly Lace.
Chantilly lace, pretty face, ponytail hanging down, wiggle in a walk, giggle in a talk. They're gonna make that world go round.
There you go, Chantilly Lace, ain't nothing in the world like a big-eyed girl. Written by Jerry Foster, Bill Rice, and the Big Bopper, who released the song in 1958. The song depicts one side of a flirting telephone conversation with a young man talking about what he likes about his girlfriend. This day, 1972. Jerry Lee Lewis, Chantilly Lace. And that's what's gone on this day, April 23rd, in country music history.
Chantilly lace, pretty face, ponytail hanging down.
6:30 K&N News is now.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Governor Andy Beshear promoting the start of Kentucky Derby Week events in Frankfort with the Team Kentucky Derby kickoff on the Capitol South Lawn.
There are so many things that make Kentucky special, and it'll all be on display Saturday, April 26th. See you there.
The governor and First Lady Brittany Beshear, in a video posted online, promotes the event this Saturday afternoon, featuring live music, food trucks, Kentucky breweries and distilleries, local artisans, games, and more. Meantime, it's an official announcement.
And I'm going to announce that I'm running for the United States Senate to help President Trump save this country.
Republican Congressman Andy Barr officially launching his campaign to succeed Mitch McConnell in the U.S. Senate. He's joining former Kentucky Attorney General Daniel Cameron in the Senate race. Barr has represented Central Kentucky's 6th congressional district since 2013.
We need to restore common sense in this country. My goodness, we've got to get rid of this DEI nonsense, this ESG nonsense that has really overturned the country, divided the country, been so divisive.
Republican businessman Nate Morris also considering running for the seat. A Virginia man in custody for lighting his relative on fire. Kentucky State Police say 29-year-old David Stoneburner killed his aunt during an altercation before bringing her body to eastern Kentucky Sunday. Stoneburner drove to Lynch Mountain, where he set the vehicle on fire with the 44-year-old victim's body inside, then pushed it over an embankment. The suspect faces initial charges of first-degree arson and abuse of a corpse. Meantime, Kentuckians affected by the storms and flooding from February now have until late May to apply for help from FEMA. The governor announced a 30-day extension and thanked President Donald Trump and the Department of Homeland Security. More than a dozen people were killed in these storms. I'm Lee Mowen.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
So you want to be a recycling hero in Danville with curbside pickup or impress the fine folks at Boyle County Recycling Center? Pay attention, because it's a little more than just breathing air and tossing your stuff in the bin. Only plastics marked with numbers 1 and 2 make the cut. Got it? Great. And don't just toss in goo-covered spaghetti jars or soda cans. Rinse those bad boys. Gotta be squeaky clean, shiny happy, bone dry. Bonus tip, this also applies to your metal cans, whether they're steel, tin, or aluminum. Seriously, don't mix in that oil-stained tin foil hat. Got a hoarding problem with cardboard, catalogs, and magazines that rival a library? Set them free to reincarnate. Cereal boxes, office paper, they're all up for this new spiritual paper journey. And listen up, confetti enthusiasts, bag that shredded paper. Sorry, folks. Glass is not welcome to the recyclables party, but hey, give yourself a high five for recycling right.
Boyle County's our home, so let's keep it clean.
Hello, I'm Adam Hopkins, Security Officer at Farmers National Bank. As your community bank, protecting you and your money is important to us. If you are ever the victim of fraud or suspect a fraud attempt, contact us for advice. We're here to help.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. The City of Danville Cemetery Committee continues to look at potential updated rules and regulations, and now they want the public's opinion. The Danville Cemetery rules and regulations are in place to maintain a clean, safe, and reverent space for remembrance. But since they were drafted and adopted in 2006, both Hilldale Cemetery and Bellevue Cemetery have significantly grown. The biggest potential change would revolve around the grandfather rule. According to the 2006 regulations that were passed, any ground decorations, including benches, statues, or shepherd's hooks, many of the ground decorations present in the cemeteries were permitted due to the grandfather exception. These new updated rules would remove the grandfather rule, meaning that all decorations must be affixed to the monument and headstone. That would do away with certain noteworthy statues and monuments in the Bellevue Cemetery. Other changes would pertain to the date and length of time that decorations or artificial arrangements may be displayed on special occasions. All flower beds would no longer be permitted as they pose challenges to ground maintenance, and the holiday burial schedule would align with city holidays. You can see the updated regulations on the City of Danville website. That's danvilleky.org, and you can voice your opinion on them either on the website or by calling 238-1200. The 90-day public comment period will end on July the 10th. Even Medell Health is sponsoring a free health screening at Junction City First Baptist Church a week from today. That will include cholesterol, A1C, blood pressure, body composition, take-home colorectal cancer screening kits for those over the age of 45, and mental health screenings. Walk-ins are welcome, but appointments are encouraged. Call 859-239-5576 to schedule your appointment. It's spring, and the City of Danville has two events coming up later this month. First is April 26th, where the city will give away compost from the city farm on Old Stanford Road. That'll go on this Saturday from 7 until 3. Then 2 days later is the start of the bulk item trash pickup week, where you can set your items on the curb that are too big for your normal trash container. That'll be during your regular scheduled trash pickup week, April 28th through May 2nd in Danville. Mercer County's bulk item pickup week will be the following week, beginning on May 5th and going through May the 9th. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
Let me ask you a question. Are you running a small business and need more customers? Hi, this is Don, your small business marketing specialist. So how do you increase traffic by 20%? Well, there are only two ways to do it. Either get your current customers to spend 20% more, and that's not going to happen. Or get more new customers to try your business. Well, the latest research is in, and radio is dominating the competition. A new study found that across 10 brands in a number of different categories, radio commercials increased store traffic by over 20%. Categories like automotive and beauty retailers experienced an increase of over 30% in new customers. And if you're hungry, quick service restaurants increased their business by over 20%. That's right, and radio has the best ROI of any media, period. So are you ready to get new customers? Give us a call today and discover how radio can help grow your business.
Promote your business to thousands of potential customers every week. To learn more, go online to advertisecentralkentucky.com. That's advertisecentralkentucky.com.
You gotta go with Graceland. Graceland Air.
Graceland Air, a local HVAC company, offers a wide range of services and provides each customer with an effective and long-term solution in both heating and air conditioning repair. They're committed to excellence in every aspect, exceptional quality of service, high standard of integrity. You are the basis of their business, and they service all brands. Go online to Graceland-KY.com for more information.
You gotta go with Graceland. Graceland Air.
This is Randy Gipp Graham. If you want to start your weekend off in a winning way, propelling you into a new work week, then join with our team every Saturday morning at 7 o'clock on the Kentucky Power Hour. Sure, we talk current events, politics, a little sports, and a lot about leadership, but with you, the listener, in mind. So start your day off in a winning way. Right here on the Happy Station, WHIR.
The Kentucky Power Hour on AM 1230 and FM 103.9.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
All right, Jackie Boy, it's brought to you by our friends checking out over at Danville Auto Body Shop. Top-of-the-line collision auto body repair. Head to the mechanics at Dabs Danville Auto Body Shop, 315 Delahaye. Get a free estimate and they work with their insurance company, fixing water leaks, window motor repairs, hull damage, and doing paintless dent repair. Danville Auto Body Shop. All right, sunshine, 78's the high. A low tonight, 58. Tomorrow, chance of showers and thunderstorms. We do get sunshine, but we get rain scattered in here with it as well. It's going to be like scattered throughout the entire day, but not a lot, quite honestly. A quarter of an inch for tomorrow. Less than what we expect on Friday. We're going to get a half an inch expected Friday, and then Saturday more rain possible in the afternoon. Right now, 6:39. It's 47 degrees. Wednesday, the 23rd day of April. Larry Vots talking to us this morning about UK sports and Vots Views.
Vots Views on University of Kentucky Sports is on the air. Featuring 7-time Kentucky Sports Writer of the Year, Larry Vaught.
Assistant coach LaDainian Washington knew he had to establish a new culture and identity in the receiver room when he got to Kentucky to help UK's offense next season. He even made the best out of the situation during spring practice when he had several receivers injured. He was glad for the opportunities it gave redshirt freshman David Washington and true freshman Montaven Quisenberry to get more reps and show him what they might be able to add next season. One plus for UK assistant coach is that he says he has known Jamari Macklin, who is expected to be UK's top receiver since middle school. That's when the UK receivers coach was working camps in St. Louis for Jeremy Macklin, an All-American receiver at Missouri who played 8 years in the NFL. Jeremy Macklin and Jamari Macklin are cousins, and Washington went to Missouri with Jeremy Macklin, so he knows plenty about all the Macklins.
Vots Views will return in a moment.
If you're going to upgrade your combine, it better be worth your while. It better pay off in the long run, and it will, with the Kloss Limited Inventory Sale. Now through June 30th, you can find huge deals on select Lexion and Treon combines, including financing as low as 1.99% for 36 months. It's serious performance. It's serious value. It's serious ROI. Don't miss out on the offer. Learn more at ClossSavings.com. That's CLAAS Savings.com.
New UK receivers coach LaDainian Washington likes Macklin's energy, but also wants him to accept a bigger leadership role this season, both on and off the field. The coach wants Macklin to not only mentor the younger receivers, but also help transfers J.J. Hester of Oklahoma, Kendrick Law of Alabama, and Troy Stellato of Clemson adjust the life of Kentucky and help mold them into a productive receiver group.
for Kentucky.
Find more from Larry at yoursportsedge.com.
Okay, Larry Vaught and Vaught's Views. Mondays through Fridays, we've got it right here on WHIR Danville News Talk Sports. A 65-year-old hunting toolkit was found in Texas. 6,500-year-old hunting toolkit. If you're looking for 65-year-old hunter tools, you can go to 65-year-old Home Depot.
Looking for the perfect 6,500-year-old tool for your project? Then come to the 6,500-year-old Home Depot, where we have everything you need to get the job done.
Hi, welcome to 6,500-year-old Home Depot. What can I help you with?
Yeah, I'm building a house out of rocks. Do you have any hammers?
Yes, we have hammers made out of rocks in aisle 14.
Nice. And where are the nails?
Nails made out of rocks are in aisle 7.
Thanks. And do you have any rocks?
Wrenches made out of rocks?
No, just rocks.
Oh, yeah, sure. Over there next to the rocks in the rock aisle.
The 6,500-year-old Home Depot. Stop by today.
Let's see what's going on this morning's World of Absolute Good. Are you tired of the gloom and doom that saturates your daily news? Well, of course you are, and I'm right there with you. These stories remind us of the silver line in the cloud over all of our heads. My way of sharing the good news with you, and hopefully you'll do the same for somebody else. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up on the piano. It's Mr. Floyd Kramer for ya. Here we go. Story number 1 coming from Michigan, where a Michigan man accidentally received a $1 million winning lottery ticket when a gas station cashier gave him the wrong scratch-off game. After discovering the win, he took extra precautions by burying the ticket in his yard until he could claim his prize money. Why would you do that? Why not just, put it in a drawer? Seems excessive, right? Like to go dig a hole and bury your lottery ticket in the yard instead of just hiding it behind something in a drawer. Anyway, it'd be harder to find. You gotta dig it up again. Where did I bury it? Oh, I think it's right here. Instead of just I put it behind my bag of chips in my pantry. Anyway, he plans to use the cash to pay off his home, handle some bills, and save for retirement. Way to go to that guy. Story number 2 coming from the Karate Championships, where last week karate champion Dave Treadwell detained a suspected car thief outside his home after spotting suspicious activity on their doorbell camera. You talk about uber bad luck. A guy trying to break into a car, and he does so at a karate champion's house. Ha! Hoo! Ha! Got him. Using his decades of martial arts training, he safely restrained the man until police arrived and discovered the suspect had an outstanding warrant on him. Treadwell cautioned others not to intervene like he did, saying that safety should always come first. But come on, I'm a black belt in karate. You think I'm not going to intervene is what he said? I'm sure he didn't say that, but that's what he's thinking. And story number 3, when Dr. Othman Al-Tayyab went into cardiac arrest at his home earlier this month, his 14-year-old daughter performed CPR for 20 minutes, saving his life. According to the responding paramedics, her calm response in this crisis played a crucial role in his survival and recovery. Dr. Al-Tayyab was later discovered with a rare heart condition, and the family is now advocating for widespread CPR training. Awesome stuff. The good news, a teenager saves her doctor dad's life with CPR when his heart stopped. 20 minutes of CPR. Number 2, karate world champion tackles would-be thieves with instant karma. And story number 3, a Michigan man wins $1 million lottery prize thanks to a ticket mistake. And that's what's going on in this morning's World of Absolute Good, folks. All right, Cylinus at Sunrise is coming up here. Floyd Kramer, we're going to lead us home, take us home with Home Sweet Home. And we've got a little PRN's Garage Pass as well coming up next.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, HIMS can help. Through HIMS.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but HIMS can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
We're just trying to cut one more week away from competing with football, but certainly is very hard on people.
I'm Mark Darrow, and this is PRN's Garage Pass.
From pads and rotors to shocks and struts, coming to a full stop should never mean your business does too. At Napa, we are the pros that know brakes and suspension better than anyone. So when others are grinding their gears, our premium parts and exceptional service deliver results. Whether you're operating a local shop or managing a national fleet, Napa has exactly what you need, when and where you need it. Get the brake and suspension parts you're looking for right now at Napa.
I certainly hope the NASCAR Cup Series drivers and their teams took full advantage during Easter of their week off, because they won't get another until after the season finale November 2nd. Denny Hamlin.
It's just generally a hard sport to be a part of because of the schedule and the tasks that we ask our people to do and how long we ask them to do it. And so it's really, really hard. You know, it's certainly not ideal, and I understand why we're doing it. We're just trying to cut one more week away from competing with football, but man, it certainly is very hard on people.
Agreeing with Hamlin, Eric Jones told us at Bristol the crew members deserve more time off than the drivers do.
We're in a situation where a lot of guys are hiring extra people to cycle guys off, to give them some off weeks here in this 28-week stretch. You know, we're fortunate as drivers, right? I mean, my family's here. Every guy on my crew, their families aren't here. And I know how hard it can be to be away, and to do that every week, it adds up.
The 15 nominees for the NASCAR Hall of Fame class of 2026 have been released. The two new additions, former champion and Daytona 500 winner Kurt Busch, and two-time Xfinity Series champion Randy LaJoie.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, because you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Celebrating Roger Penske's NASCAR and IndyCar championships, Joey Logano was part of the captain's contingent that recently paid a visit to the White House to meet with President Donald Trump.
You walk into the Oval Office and you just think, gosh, like all the things that have happened in that room. The stories that we don't know, right? We'll never know, but it's a pretty big thing to take a moment to let it soak in. So it's special that you have the opportunity. Our sport gives us the opportunity to experience something that not many people will ever get to do.
PRN's Garage Pass, not narrow-minded, Garrow-minded.
Hey folks, Chrysler Cowboy here. When I started my journey in the automotive industry, I learned 3 valuable lessons. 1, have a good product. 2, treat people with respect. And 3, make sure it's a fair deal for everybody. I'm proud to call Anderson County my home, and at Chrysler Lawrenceburg, we want to give you that down-home experience. We offer certified pre-owned vehicles that come with a lifetime engine warranty, free tire rotation with every oil change, and customer service that rivals the best anywhere around. Chrysler Cowboy. If you can't remember that, just look for the hat. It's where you need to be, folks. Chrysler of Lawrenceburg.
Hey, it's Joe Pags. Make plans to join us for the show. We're bringing the top news stories that are affecting you, the top stories from social media, pop culture stories, could be in sports. Maybe we'll sing a song or 2 or 3 or make fun of somebody that you want us to make fun of. That plus, of course, a big part of the program is you calling in. Look, we can agree, we can debate, we can yell at each other, we can sing a song together. We do it all right here on the Joe Pags Show, Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 on WHIR AM 1230 and online at hometownlive.net.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
Okay, Jackie Boy, brought to you by Howard Carpenter Flooring Outlet in Harrisburg, specializing in discount, waterproof vinyl flooring, hardwood, tile, and carpet remnant. Shop and save on all types of floor coverings. Howard Carpenter Flooring Outlet, 540 North College Street. Sunshine, high of 78, low of 58. Tomorrow, rain shower, thunderstorm chances, a high of 76. On Friday, a high of 74, about a quarter of an inch of rain possible on Friday, if not more. Right now, it's 6:51. It's 48 degrees here in Danville. 100% hilarious. So bad they're good. Warning, these may make you cringe. It's time for everyone's sixth favorite segment on the Joe Show every morning. It is the dad joke of the day. Let's do it.
Dad joke of the day.
All right, dad joke of the day. What do you call James Bond when he forgets to shave? Rick would like this one because he's a big James Bond fan. What do you call James Bond when he forgets to shave? 007. And where's the laughing at? Okay, the laugh track's not playing. That set me up for failure, didn't it? Why is that not playing? Brr. I clicked the button and there's no laugh track. 007 is what you call James Bond when he forgets to shave.
Welcome to the planet of the apps. Well, now there's an app that can tune up your brain. And your brain may need a little boost. Let's see if it does. The app is called Elevate, and it works to tune up your brain. That's what they say. Games to help your thinking. Games to help your productivity. It can improve your listening skills.
What'd you say?
That's what I mean. It can improve your listening skills. Boost your self-confidence. This thing is good, and it's free. It's called Elevate, L-E-V. I misspelled that. I need some help. It's called Elevate, E-L-E-V-A-T-E. He said with his IQ of 71. It's free. It was named App of the Year, so try it. Elevate and tune up your brain. It's your friend Rick Dees in this molten magma every day. We call it the planet of the apps.
Hey, the Rick Dees laugh track was working pretty well. He had him laughing in the background. The planet of the apps, Mondays through Fridays, right here on the Joe Show. At this time, Country Comic Spotlight this morning focuses on Frank King. Now, on Monday, I played a guy who had some jokes about hunting, and Frank King, same thing. A joke about hunting. He talks about doing a stand-up comedy routine for a place in North Carolina at a hunting convention. Frank King, Country Comic Spotlight. Here he is.
My favorite convention, bar none, is when I was working at the radio station. I got a call from the North Carolina Wildlife Club. North Carolina Wildlife Club. They're like Ducks Unlimited for deer. Deer hunting is their big thing. So I go to the cocktail party before the event, just soak up the ambiance, get a feel for the crowd, the group, and I kept hearing this expression. I kept hearing people say, the sport of deer hunting, the sport. So I threw out my first joke, whatever it had been, and I said to them when I opened up, you guys think deer hunting's a sport? They're all nodding yes. I go, okay, all right, I'll bite. Now, name me just one, other sport where your opponent has no idea he's playing. Until the opening gun goes off, the deer has no idea he won the coin toss and elected to receive. It's 0-1 before he knew what hit him. I said, I can understand it being a sport if by state law you had to chase the deer down, tackle him, and choke him out, A little hand-to-hoof combat. Now, when I was a kid, it was an outdoor recreational activity. It wasn't a sport. Here's something else that's changed. Nowadays, when I was a kid, you didn't have to wear orange in the woods. Nowadays, you have to wear a certain amount of orange if you're hunting in the woods. And I knew exactly why, but I asked the audience, hoping for just the right response, and I got it. How come you got to wear orange? Some yahoo in the back yells out, so another hunter will not mistake you for a deer. I said, so let me get this straight. Here in North Carolina, we're selling guns and ammunition to human beings who lack the ability to distinguish other human beings from deer. I said, forgive me, but couldn't we clear this up with something simple like, I don't know, a leg count? Here's my philosophy, I said. If you find me in the woods on all fours, shoot me. I said, we don't need a gun when you buy a weapon in North Carolina. We need an IQ test. I said, I got an idea. We'll do it like the cops. We'll have a photo lineup. Yeah, a bunch of deer and a guy. And I'll make it easy. Famous deer. Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen. You can't pick out that guy. No gun for you, Elmer Fudd.
Frank King in the Country Comic Spotlight. Rick Dees in this morning's Planet of the Apps, the dad joke of the day. We have it Mondays through Fridays right here on the Joe Show at this time here on WHIR. 6:56 in the morning. Sunrise coming up, 47 degrees. And we're back in 2 minutes to wrap up this 6 o'clock in the morning hour on the Joe Show.
Big deals. 1, 2, 3. Oh, hi. Jenny here. Just counting all the dollars I saved at my local Big Deals online store. What? You haven't saved yet? Get on it. You'll love the great selection of gift certificates at discount prices. They make great gifts, too. And you can shop right from your phone. Nothing satisfies like counting all those savings. Now let me get back to it. 6, 7, 8.
Go to hometownlive.net to shop and save at the Big Deals online store. You can also find links to download the free Big Deals Media app for your phone. Works on Apple and Android cells. Shop quickly and access all your mobile Big Deal certificates easily for redemption. You can also easily send a mobile certificate to someone else to use via email. Check it out and join the thousands that save with Big Deal certificates to local businesses.
Shop and save with Big Deals at hometownlive.net. That's hometownlive.net.
Serving Boyle County seniors, a gathering place.
Our Meals on Wheels program is designed for seniors 60 and up in Boyle County who struggle with food insecurity. If you think you may be eligible, call us at 859-236-2070, thegatheringplace.org, or follow us on Instagram and Facebook for more info.
Serving Boyle County seniors, a gathering place.
Are you considering starting a business or expanding your existing business? Are you looking for a stable partner you can trust to help you understand your options? This is Ricky Peterson. I'm a loan officer at Whitaker Bank at the Danville Main Street office. As a part of your community, I'm here to help you understand the best options for you today and in the future. Give me a call at 859-236-9822. Let me show you what Uniquely Kentucky means. Whitaker Bank, Uniquely Kentucky, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Going out of town or anywhere in the world? Stay in touch with WHIR on the internet at hometownlive.net. Powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
Hey, 6:58 in the morning, 238-WHIR. Phone number to call in here this morning, 238-9447. We are in Garrett County tonight for Danville at Garrett County Baseball. The Ads won Game 1 yesterday. They'll be in Garrett County tonight, Game 2. Ready to go, Rick and myself will be in Lancaster. Brand new Garrett County baseball field they have there, built adjacent to that brand new football field. They have a new baseball and softball field and the new football field there as well, putting a track up around it and all that. So I'm excited to see what this new baseball field looks like, and we'll have Danville and Garrett County baseball tonight. That is a 6 o'clock first pitch. We'll have it on Z105 WRNZ FM tonight. Coming up at the 7 o'clock in the morning hour, we'll see what's breaking and trending this morning at 7:10 with news headlines. 7:20, Boyle County softball coach Brian Dean joins the show, and we'll talk Boyle softball at 7:20 this morning. 7:40, it's Tyler Ray, County Agents Corner, right here on the Joe Show. If you're looking forward to the 9 o'clock in the morning hour, we hope you are. 9:10, we've got Janie Todd, new Boyle County boys basketball coach, who will join us live via telephone for his first radio interview coming up at 9:10 this morning.
This is the talk of the town, AM 1230, and now on FM 103.9, WHIR Danville, by Kentucky WiMAX.
It's 7 o'clock.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. One of the most massive wildfires in the history of Ocean County, New Jersey, has burned more than 8,500 acres and forced thousands to evacuate. The Jones Road forest fire was first spotted yesterday morning in the Greenwood Forest Wildlife Management Area.
Hope and praying, that
it just stays away. But, I'm sure there's other people that are going to lose stuff.
The fires are unpredictable, and when you have large animals, it makes it really scary.
The flames are threatening more than 1,300 structures and have caused scores of power outages. The funeral of Pope Francis will be attended by several world leaders. The guest list includes President Trump and First Lady Melania Trump, the UK's Prince William, the British Prime Minister, German Chancellor, French President Emmanuel Macron, and Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky. The Pope died Monday after suffering a stroke at the age of 88. David Ushery at the Vatican this morning as pilgrims remember the late pontiff.
At the setting of the Roman sun, the collective cadence of faith and prayer could be heard in St. Peter's Square. They prayed for the improved health of Francis here in much the same way, now praying for his rest in peace. Earlier, the body of Francis displayed for the first time. For now, the ritual gatekeeper is the Irish-American Cardinal Kevin Farrell, once a bishop in Dallas. Vatican employees who worked in Casa Santa Marta, where Francis lived, lining up to bid farewell.
Tesla says its first quarter financial numbers missed expectations, with automotive revenue dropping 20%. Overall, profits fell 71% in the first 3 months of the year. And President Trump will speak to graduates at the University of Alabama and West Point next month. In a true social post late Monday night, the president said he's agreed to do the commencement addresses at the two schools. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Be safe, Kentucky. Buckle up and put the phone down.
Brought to you by Team Kentucky and the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety.
If you're a diabetic, we have great news. You can end the painful finger sticks with a new CGM. Plus, they may be covered by Medicare, Medicaid, or private insurance. If you use insulin or have had hypoglycemic events, you may qualify. Call US Med now to learn more.
800-513-1652. 800-513-1652. 800-513-1652. That's 800-513.
3 more federal prosecutors on New York City Mayor Eric Adams' dismissed corruption case have resigned. Sarah Lee Kessler reports.
The 3 were suspended after refusing to take part in the Department of Justice's order to drop the prosecution of Adams. Andrew Rohrbach, Celia Cohen, and Derek Wickstrom were placed on administrative leave. They could have returned, but didn't like the preconditions they faced, namely confessing wrongdoing. They said so in a letter Tuesday to Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche. And now they're gone, bringing the total to 10 lawyers who bolted the DOJ over the Adams corruption case. That's the most since Watergate. I'm Sarah Lee Kessler.
Tesla CEO Elon Musk is blaming paid organized protesters for the automaker's decline in earnings so far this year. Speaking to investors Tuesday, Musk gave 2 reasons for the protests targeting Tesla since he started working with the Trump administration and Doge to slash jobs and programs. 1, because the protesters are getting fraudulent money, or 2, they're the recipients of wasteful largesse. The electric car company's quarterly earnings have fallen more than 70% compared to last year. The company avoided a loss thanks to selling nearly $600 million in zero-emissions tax credits. Musk offered no proof that the protesters were being paid. iHeartMedia is scoring big at the Webby Awards. Jennifer Polsoni reports.
iHeartMedia being named the Podcast Company of the Year for the 2nd year in a row. The honor was announced during the annual Webby Awards, where iHeart picked up 14 wins, including Best Music Show for Questlove Supreme.
Music lover, musician, and incidentally, the 42nd president of these United States, William Jefferson Clinton, on the Questlove.
Michael Kastner.
the NASCAR Cup Series.
Carl Edwards puts the green flag in the air.
Returns after a week off.
Trouble turn number 2. One car spins on the back straightaway. It's Kyle Larson. He got loose coming off of the corner.
To feel the adrenaline of Talladega Super Speedway.
Here comes William Byron giving it one final shot. Off the corner to the line. The checkered flag is waving.
It's the Jack Links 500.
Coverage starts this Sunday afternoon at 2 on WHIR 103.9 FM.
Good morning to you. It's Wednesday. It's the 23rd day of April, a day where we get sunshine. We're up near 80 degrees as a high today. And Radio Rick is cracking the magic window in studio. Forecast comes your way. News coming up here now. Brought to you by our friends at Stewart Powell Ford Mazda.
At Stewart Powell Ford Mazda, we are proud to be your hometown dealer for many reasons. Selection, service, convenient location, and our people. Your friends, family, and neighbors. Since 1949 at Stewart Powell, we make it easy. Stewart Powell Ford Mazda. Visit us on the bypass in Danville or online at stewartpowell.com.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update.
The City of Danville Cemetery Committee continues to look at potential updated rules and regulations, and now they want the public's opinion. The Danville Cemetery rules and regulations are in place to maintain a clean, safe, and reverent space for remembrance. But since they were drafted and adopted in 2006, both Hilldale Cemetery and Bellevue Cemetery have significantly grown. The biggest potential change would revolve around the grandfather rule. According to the 2006 regulations that were passed, any ground decorations, including benches, statues, or shepherd's hooks, many of the ground decorations present in the cemeteries were permitted due to the grandfather exception. These new updated rules would remove the grandfather rule, meaning that all decorations must be affixed to the monument and headstone. That would do away with certain noteworthy statues and monuments in the Bellevue Cemetery. Other changes would pertain to the date and length of time that decorations or artificial arrangements may be displayed on special occasions. All flower beds would no longer be permitted as they pose challenges to ground maintenance, and the holiday burial schedule would align with city holidays. You can see the updated regulations on the City of Danville website. That's danvilleky.org, and you can voice your opinion on them either on the website or by calling 238-1200. The 90-day public comment period will end on July the 10th. Even Medell Health is sponsoring a free health screening at Junction City First Baptist Church a week from today. That will include cholesterol, A1C, blood pressure, body composition, take-home colorectal cancer screening kits for those over the age of 45, and mental health screenings. Walk-ins are welcome, but appointments are encouraged. Call 859-239-5576 to schedule your appointment. It's spring, and the City of Danville has two events coming up later this month. First is April 26th, where the city will give away compost from the city farm on Old Stanford Road. That'll go on this Saturday from 7 until 3. Then 2 days later is the start of the bulk item trash pickup week, where you can set your items on the curb that are too big for your normal trash container. That'll be during your regular scheduled trash pickup week, April 28th through May 2nd in Danville. Mercer County's bulk item pickup week will be the following week, beginning on May 5th and going through May the 9th. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
This morning's local news was a service of Stewart Powell Ford Mazda on the bypass in Danville and online at stewartpowell.com.
Listen to us on your smart speaker. Just ask to play our call letters. WHIR.
It's Wednesday, and you know what that means. It's Lee's Famous Recipes 3-Piece Special Day. You get 3 pieces of famous or crispy chicken or famous strips, your choice of 2 sides, and a buttermilk biscuit, all just $8.26 tax included. A savings of almost $2. Catch the Danville Special, a piece of their famous fish, chicken strip, a side of your choice, and buttermilk biscuit for one low price. Lee's caters at 859-236-8777. The best value every Wednesday is a 3-piece chicken dinner for only $8.26. Lee's Famous Recipe in Danville on South 4th.
Hey, it's me again. That's right, I'm Jerry Farmer, and I'm still cutting up. Still Cutting Up is the place to go when you need a fresh cut or a mini afro. Perms, colors, nails, too. Braids, highlights, and even updo. I know you done heard of us, so get with it. I know you need your hair did. Here's our visit, 238-7899. Bob your head while I rhyme. 24/7, we won't be beat. 365 on South 4th Street. See ya. See ya.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
Okay, Jackie boy, it's brought to you by our friends hanging out over at the Little Sign Shop. Need a sign, a banner, or decal fast? The owners and operators of the Little Sign Shop have got you covered. They can make full-color digital printing, magnetic signs, auto signage, and logo design in Danville, where 2nd and 4th Streets meet. 859-238-7391. Sunshine, 78-58, the high and low. You get rain shower chances and thunderstorms tomorrow, and that'll happen scattered all day long tomorrow. Friday as well, heavier stuff Friday. 74 is the high. Saturday, cloudy and 70s the high. It's 7:11 in the morning right now. It's 50 degrees. Wednesday, the 23rd day of April. So glad to have you on the Joe Show on this Wednesday morning. 859-238-WHIR to call in. 238-9447. Capital One is getting the green light to buy Discover for $35 billion. They're going to form a credit card giant, apparently. Capital One Discover going to be bought by Capital One. $35 billion in this deal. Check out the ad for the unlimited Capital One card.
Ready to spend a lot of money, and I mean a whole lot of money? Then you need the unlimited Capital One card with a higher spending limit than any other credit card. It's I'm going to spend $35 billion to buy Discover card. It's my name's Elon Musk, and I'm going to use this card to buy a bunch of rockets and send them to space card. It's I'm Donald Trump, and I'm going to use this card to spend billions and billions of dollars to buy Greenland card. It's I'm so rich, and I'm going to spend so much money with this card that I don't even remember what money is card. The unlimited Capital One card. What's in your big, fat, overstuffed wallet?
Let's see what's breaking and trending this morning here on the Joe Show. Starting off with this pretty big news here. After hinting that a ban might be coming, the FDA announced yesterday that it's urging food companies to voluntarily stop using synthetic food dyes and switch to natural alternatives. This move supports Health Secretary RFK Jr.'s Make America Healthy Again plan. Instead of enforcing like a ban, the FDA set in a national timeline for the industry to make the change on its own. FDA Commissioner Macari, I don't know how to say his last name, Marty Macari. He's the FDA commissioner. He mentioned that many companies are willing to remove artificial dyes, so they prefer a collaboration over strict regulations, like coming together and saying, hey, this is how you do it, this is how we'll do it, we can do it by this day. However, the food industry argues that these dyes are safe and important for product consistency and appeal. They also warn that quick changes could disrupt production and affect grocery prices. FDA's commissioner said there has been scientific research into the harmful effects of petroleum-based food dyes on children.
For the last 50 years, American children have increasingly been living in a toxic soup of synthetic chemicals. The scientific community has conducted a number of studies raising concerns about the correlation between petroleum-based synthetic dyes and several health conditions, such as attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, obesity, diabetes, insulin resistance, cancer, genomic disruption, GI issues, as I've seen in the hospital, and allergic reactions.
RFK Jr. commented on food additives yesterday.
When I went in a few months or about a month ago to meet with a few food companies, I was talking with my staff about these petroleum-based dyes, and I said if they want to add petroleum, they want to eat petroleum, they ought to add it themselves at home. But they shouldn't be feeding it to the rest of us. And
there you go. Hey, current President Donald Trump said yesterday he has no intention of firing Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell, despite recent criticisms that unsettled financial markets. Trump expressed frustration over the Fed's decision to pause interest rate cuts, arguing that inflation is no longer a threat due to declining energy and grocery prices. He believes current conditions are ideal for the Fed to lower its benchmark interest rate, which stands at 4.33% after reductions from the previous year. Critical of Powell's policies and performance, including the Fed chair's criticism of Trump's tariffs for potentially causing higher inflation and slower growth, Trump insisted Powell would remain in his position until his term ends in 2026.
I don't want to talk about that because I have no intention of firing him.
There you go. It's a safe bet this wasn't left by the Easter Bunny. On Easter Sunday, multiple packages of cocaine washed ashore in Jamaica Beach, Texas, following a reported offshore ship raid. Local and Galveston police police discovered the drugs in the Gulf Coast beach, and they believe the ship's crew dumped the cocaine overboard during the raid, leading to the packages drifting to shore. Photos show bricks of cocaine, some labeled 7P, entangled in seaweed. Authorities have not disclosed the total amount found and urge the public to report any additional packages to the Jamaica Beach Police Department. Oh, one of the most massive wildfires in the history of Ocean County, New Jersey, has burned more than 8,500 acres and forced the evacuations of thousands of residents. The Jones Road Forest Fire was first spotted yesterday around noon in the Greenwood Forest Wildlife Management Area. The New Jersey Forest Fire Services says thousands of acres have burned with containment at 10% overnight. The flames are threatening more than 1,300 structures and have caused scores of power outages. Higher humidity and light winds should help firefighters battle that blaze. That's what's breaking and trending this morning on The Joe Show on 103.9 FM, WHIR Danville News Talk Sports. It's 7:16. The birthday daddy's coming on here. Big Daddy's having a birthday today. He makes his morning debut. Coming up next on The Joe Show.
This Steve Bertram Sports Report is a service of Stuart Powell Ford and Mazda on the Danville Bypass and online at stuartpowell.com.
Hi, this is Fred Sizemore with Stuart Powell Ford and Mazda here on the Bypass in Danville, where we make buying a vehicle easy. No fast talk, no high-pressure sales, no gimmicks or silly commercials. Just honest deals and a team that takes pride in doing business the right way. For over 75 years, we've built trust by treating our customers like family, offering fair prices and making sure you drive away with confidence. Stop by today and see just how easy it is to do business with us.
Come to Stuart Powell, we can do business.
Stop in at 225 South Danville Bypass.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. Mark Pope's work is not through yet with a roster for his second UK team. Former Kentucky Mr. Basketball Travis Perry, a true freshman at UK, has entered the transfer portal. Perry was Kentucky's all-time leading scorer in boys high school hoops. Boyle County has named its new boys head basketball coach. He's Jamie Todd, a 2010 graduate from Rockcastle County. Most recently, Todd was the lead assistant at Berea College. He was also an assistant at Asbury. Todd replaces Denny Webb, who stepped down after 6 years as the Rebels head coach. Scott County has also hired a new boys head coach. Former UK guard and college coach Sean Woods takes over for the Cardinals. Hometown Radio has high school baseball scheduled this evening at Danville. Will visit Garrett County. First pitch is at 6 o'clock for the Admirals and the Golden Lions on Z105. Yesterday in high school baseball, it was Boyle County 3, Lincoln County 2 in 8 innings, and Danville 6, Garrett County 2. Fast pitch softball scores, Mercer County 5, Boyle County 4 in 8. Paris 15, Bergen 5, and LCA 15, DCA 3. In Major League Baseball, Cincinnati lost its second straight at Miami, 4-3. Reds and Marlins play their series finale this afternoon. Elsewhere, it was Cardinals 10, Braves 4. Dodgers lost to the Cubs 11-10 in 10 innings. Guardians 3, Yankees 2. Brewers 11, Giants 3. Pirates 9, Angels 3. Other winners were the Astros, Diamondbacks, Mets, Nationals, Padres, Rangers, Red Sox, Royals, and Twins. And the Thunder, Pacer, and Lakers were winners in the NBA playoffs yesterday. That's sports. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, HIMS can help. Through HIMS.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but HIMS can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
Pretzel Crust is back at Little Caesars, and fans are excited. Even my pet sheep is pumped. It's back. It sure is. That delicious buttery flavored pretzel crust is back. It's back. Yep, you're right. That delicious cheddar cheese sauce is back. Pretzel Crust is back for $6.99 at Little Caesars. Plus tax where applicable. Available at participating locations for a limited time. Prices may vary. Prices higher in Alaska, Hawaii, and third-party online sites. Pizza.
I didn't always understand harm reduction, but then I saw the impact. People are alive today because someone had Narcan. Families didn't have to bury their loved ones. That's what harm reduction is really about, saving lives and keeping our community safer. At Bull County Health Department Harm Reduction, we provide free Narcan, overdose education, fentanyl and xylazine test strips, syringe exchange, and HIV and Hep C testing. Because when we offer people tools to stay safe, we give them a chance to seek help when they are ready. A healthier, safer community starts with all of us. Call 859-319-7468. Together, we can save lives.
Danville Christian Academy provides the type of schooling that appeals to many families. If it's something that appeals to your family, you probably already know the positive benefits of a faith-based school. But did you know that DCA's location north of Danville is only a few minutes away from Nicholasville, Wilmore, Harrodsburg, and Bergen? A quality faith-based education in a unique campus setting is closer to your home than you probably thought. Check them out at dcaky.org. Danville Christian Academy, engaging the truth, empowering the future.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
Okay, Jack, appreciate that, buddy. Brought to you by our friends hanging out over at the Big Deals online store, hometownlive.net. Shop and save on gift certificates to local businesses and big-time discounts up to 50% every single day. Big Deals online store, hometownlive.net. Sunshine, a high up near 80. Low tonight of 58. Tomorrow, you get rain shower chances, high of 76. Friday, heavier rain shower chances, 74. And Saturday, chances of rain scattered as well before the sun's back out on Sunday. Right now, 7:22 in the morning. It's 50 degrees Wednesday, the 23rd day of April, and we're talking Boyle County softball with head coach Brian Deem. Good morning, Coach. How are you?
Doing great. How you doing, Joe?
I'm doing good, Coach. Doing good. Appreciate you being on here this morning. We talked last Tuesday, and since then, you all have played 4 games in the span of the last, I guess, technically 5 games when you count, I guess we talked last Wednesday, right? Yeah, last Wednesday. You played 5 games in that span. Casey, Garrett, Grayson County, John Hardin, and Mercer County. I want to go back first to the Garrett County game last Thursday. That was a game we did on Hometown Radio. You all fell down 2-0. Were able to kind of claw your way back in, have some good quality at-bats, but goodness, what a game Abby Peebler had in the circle for you that game. A complete game, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 15 strikeouts. If I remember correctly, Coach, the last time you all played Garrett in the district championship game last year, she threw all 9 innings in that extra inning game. She had 17 Ks in that one. So the last 2 matchups against Garrett, she struck out 32 batters. You'll take that from your sophomore every time she steps in the circle, won't you?
And twice on Sunday. Absolutely.
Yeah.
She did a great job. The whole team did a great job being down 2-0. She missed a spot, and Emily Hounsfield made her pay, and they were up 2-0 on us. But I got to tip my hat to our girls. They showed some resiliency and just kept fighting and clawing their way back. But people don't know is, the day before she threw against Casey County the full 7 innings. So she did a good job. I was very proud of her. She just kept her composure, and she just kept, throwing pitches and trying to hit spots, and did a good job with it, and was able to secure the win for us with her pitching performance.
Coach, you've had some dominant pitchers since you've been the head coach for Bulls softball. I can't remember a lefty. Have you had like a lefty pitcher? Because it just seems odd to me that there's a lefty in the circle. It just seems like every time it's been a right-hander. And how different is that for hitters going against a pitcher that's that good, that's left-handed on top of it?
She is, if memory serves me correct, because I am old, she is my first lefty. And I think the thing was when we had to pull her up her 8th grade year, and she had no pressure on her, and she just went in there and just through some games and did a really good job. And she's growing and maturing. Lefty is a little different because everything's now backwards. It's even different for our catchers. We've been having to work. We have a young catchers this year. Both two of them are freshmen and one's a junior, and they're having to learn everything backwards on what where we're going to set up for a curveball, where we're going to set up for a screwball, things like that. So it does give a different look. It's not something you see regularly in the high school game, so I do think it does play a little bit of a factor.
You had Mercer County last night, a game we had on Z105. Radio Rick had the call of that one, and Abby threw another complete game for you. 8 innings, 4 runs, 3 of them earned, 7 strikeouts. Mercer did get you all 5-4 late in that game. They scored 2 in the 6th and 1 in the top of the 8th and 1 in extra innings. It was your first extra inning game of the year. However, it seems like hitting-wise, you did okay. You had 12 hits in the game. Was it one of those where just the big hit kind of eluded you all at some points?
Big hit eluded us. We had a couple. Like I said, we're a young team, and so most of my speed are younger girls, primarily freshmen. So they're learning how to play the game at a different level now. So that's one of the things that's slated for today's practice and just kind of go over our base running rules and go over our reads and seeing things, when to break and when to hold. But hats off to Darren Ransdell and what his girls did. I felt like my girls competed. We knocked around 12 hits off of both Reese Ransdell and Ava Music. So I felt good about it. We got to clean up a couple. We had a couple of mental errors late in that 6th inning that caused them to be able to come back and get two to tie us up. So I like where we're going. We're moving forward, and I'm excited about the opportunity tomorrow if we get to play because of rain.
Yeah. I don't know what to think about this 12th region, Coach. This is kind of tough for me to wrap my head around because obviously Mercer County's the defending champ. You all play them down to the wire, have a great chance to win. They beat you all, but they beat West, and West beat you all. And then you got some teams down like Southwestern who Mercer County beat. The Southwestern obviously is a good team. You got Rockcastle County, you got Casey County in there. This seems like one of the more open years, and maybe I'm incorrect, but one of the more open years of the 12th region where it seems like there's 5, 6, 7 teams that could win this thing when it comes tournament time.
Very easily, very easily. I think you got 3 out of the 46 with East, West, and Mercer. One of those 3 is not going to even make it to the region tournament. And then what people forget is Somerset's got the Children's Girl in the circle, and they're doing pretty well. And you also got Pulaski County, who was the region runner-up last year.
Right.
It's a wide open region. So and when you have Casey County, who's doing really well, and we played them, they can hit the ball. It's wide open. I really do believe it's going to be the team who can even get the draw and can put 3 together is going to definitely be the one that's going to be able to advance to UK.
Yeah, and you put Boyle County in that mix when Abby Peebler's throwing the way she's thrown at points this year, and your offense is collecting 10, 11, 12 hits in a game like they did yesterday. You all are going to be a tough out too. So this 12th region tournament is going to be fun. Obviously, you got to make it there first, and we'll see who does and who doesn't make it there. But it's going to be fun once that 12th region tournament gets underway. You said you're supposed to play North Laurel tomorrow, but rain could threaten that one. Is that game home or away for you all?
We got to go to North Laurel. They have turf, so we'll have to wait and see. But, yeah, that was something when I was scheduling this week. I wanted a week that we had to go really against some really good stiff pitching and competition. Weren't able to get our game in against Monday against Madison Central. So, came back with yesterday with Mercer, and we didn't go up and play the state runner-up in North Laurel on Thursday. So I want to see the pitching. If we can keep putting bat on the ball and compete against high-level pitching, I think it's going to hopefully pay off for us in May.
Yeah, this North Laurel team has got 2 pitchers. They basically split, it looks like, a freshman and a sophomore in the circle, but they can really hit it. They have 5 players up over the 400 mark, 3 players right around the 500 mark or better in terms of batting average. So a team that can really swing it. North Laurel, very, very good team. Coach, we appreciate you being on. Hopefully get the game in tomorrow. Safe travels there at North Laurel tomorrow. We'll talk to you again next Wednesday, okay?
Sounds great.
All right, Coach. Appreciate it. Bye.
Thank you.
That's Boyle County Lady Rebel softball coach Brian Dean giving us an update. Mercer got him last night 5-4 in a thriller that you heard on Z105. 7:30 in the morning, K&N News coming your way now.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
For you Lexington commuters, you'll have to avoid a downtown street starting next week. City officials announced construction will start on West Maxwell Street from Oliver Lewis Way to South Broadway on April 28th. The stretch will be closed on weekdays from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. until the late fall. Residents can still access homes and businesses, but parking will be unavailable. The street will reopen for major events like graduation ceremonies for UK and Fayette County high school students. Kentucky State Police charging a 25-year-old man with felony child sexual exploitation crimes. Austin Gray Owens facing 20 counts of possessing matter portraying a minor under the age of 12 in a sexual performance. Authorities found that Owens also allegedly uploaded explicit images of juveniles to social media. He's held in the Three Forks Regional Jail while authorities continue their investigation. Meantime, Kentucky State Police arresting a man for a fatal car crash in Russell County Sunday. David King faces a slew of charges, including vehicular homicide under the influence of alcohol and first-degree assault after causing the accident that killed a 14-year-old and injured 2 other children. The 31-year-old admitted to drinking roughly 30 beers in the 5 hours before the crash and had a .130 blood alcohol concentration when he took a breathalyzer test. King is held at the Russell County Detention Center. And at Churchill Downs on Tuesday, that's the sound of likely Kentucky Derby favorite arriving in Louisville after a long trip from California. That's journalism, and he was welcomed to the track by a lot of cameras. Trained by Michael McCarthy, journalism has won 4 races in 5 career starts, including the Santa Anita Derby. I'm Lee Mowen.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Gold prices are climbing, and that means now is the perfect time to turn your unwanted gold into cold hard cash. At B&L Jewelers, we're buying gold every day, whether it's broken chains, single earrings, outdated styles, or old class rings. If it's real gold, we want to see it. Our experienced team will evaluate your items right on the spot and make you a no-pressure offer. You might be surprised at how much your forgotten jewelry is worth. Why let it sit in the drawer when you could be putting money back into your pocket? No appointment needed. Trusted by the community for years. Located in the Danville Manor Shopping Center. B&L Jewelers, where honesty, value, and experience shine. Come see what your gold is really worth today.
Love gets better with B&L Jewelers. Give a gift with that personal touch to that person in your life that means so much. It's the perfect word to say, hey baby, I love you, and I need you to love me more. And the perfect diamond to get you to do it's at the B&L Jewelers store. Love gets better with B&L Jewelers.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update.
The City of Danville Cemetery Committee continues to look at potential updated rules and regulations, and now they want the public's opinion. The Danville Cemetery rules and regulations are in place to maintain a clean, safe, and reverent space for remembrance. But since they were drafted and adopted in 2006, both Hilldale Cemetery and Bellevue Cemetery have significantly grown. The biggest potential change would revolve around the grandfather rule. According to the 2006 regulations that were passed, any ground decorations, including benches, cameras, statues, or shepherd's hooks, many of the ground decorations present in the cemeteries were permitted due to the grandfather exception. These new updated rules would remove the grandfather rule, meaning that all decorations must be affixed to the monument and headstone. That would do away with certain noteworthy statues and monuments in the Bellevue Cemetery. Other changes would pertain to the date and length of time that decorations or artificial arrangements may be displayed on special occasions. All flower beds would no longer be permitted as they pose challenges to ground maintenance, and the holiday burial schedule would align with city holidays. You can see the updated regulations on the City of Danville website. That's danvilleky.org, and you can voice your opinion on them either on the website or by calling 238-1200. The 90-day public comment period will end on July the 10th. Even Medell Health is sponsoring a free health screening at Junction City First Baptist Church a week from today. That will include cholesterol, A1C, blood pressure, body composition, take-home colorectal cancer screening kits for those over the age of 45, and mental health screenings. Walk-ins are welcome, but appointments are encouraged. Call 859-239-5576 to schedule your appointment. It's spring, and the City of Danville has two events coming up later this month. First is April 26th, where the city will give away compost from the city farm on Old Stanford Road. That'll go on this Saturday from 7 until 3. Then 2 days later is the start of the bulk item trash pickup week, where you can set your items on the curb that are too big for your normal trash container. That'll be during your regular scheduled trash pickup week, April 28th through May 2nd in Danville. Mercer County's bulk item pickup week will be the following week, beginning on May 5th and going through May the 9th. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
Big deals. 1, 2, 3. Oh, hi. Jenny here. Just counting all the dollars I saved at my local Big Deals online store. What? You haven't saved yet? Get on it. You'll love the great selection of gift certificates at discount prices. They make great gifts, too. And you can shop right from your phone. Nothing satisfies like counting all those savings. Now let me get back to it. 6, 7, 8.
Go to hometownlive.net to shop and save at the Big Deals online store. You can also find links to download the free Big Deals Media app for your phone. Works on Apple and Android cells. Shop quickly and access all your mobile Big Deal certificates easily for redemption. You can also easily send a mobile certificate to someone else to use via email. Check it out and join the thousands that save with Big Deal certificates to local businesses.
Shop and save with Big Deals at hometownlive.net. That's hometownlive.net.
It's Wednesday, and you know what that means. It's Lee's Famous Recipes 3-Piece Special Day. You get 3 pieces of famous or crispy chicken or our famous strips, your choice of 2 sides, and a buttermilk biscuit, all just $8.26 tax included. A savings of almost $2. Catch the Danville Special, a piece of their famous fish, chicken strip, a side of your choice, and buttermilk biscuit for one low price. Lee's caters at 859-236-8777. The best value every Wednesday is a 3-piece chicken dinner for only $8.26. Lee's Famous Recipe in Danville on South 4th.
Hunger does not discriminate. It impacts the elderly woman who greets you at church, the little boy who sits next to your child at school, the working mother who cuts your hair. In fact, God's Pantry Food Bank is providing food assistance to 1 in 7 people in central and eastern Kentucky. You can help us in the fight. For every $1 donated to God's Pantry Food Bank, we can distribute 4.5 meals to people in need. To find out how you can help, visit godspantry.org or call 859-255-6592.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
Okay, old Jackie Boy, brought to you by Jugster and right by our insurance, your local independent insurance agency. They proudly represent the Auto Owners Insurance Company. Call Mark or Chris. They'll love to give you a free quote, 859-236-6686. Ask if auto owners make sense for you. Sunshine, 78 and 58 is the high and low. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high of 76, but rain begins to move in Thursday and Friday. Saturday, mostly cloudy, a high of 70. We get lots of sunshine on Sunday at 7:39 in the morning. Cup of coffee in my left hand and telephone in my right hand. As Tyler Ray joins us here on the Joe Show. Good morning, Tyler. How are you?
I'm good, Joe. How are you?
Doing great, Tyler. Doing great. Do you have a cup of coffee in your left hand?
I do not. I have a bottle of water in my right hand.
Okay, so are you a coffee drinker?
Occasionally.
Occasionally. Depends on how tired you are or what you're feeling like that day?
Sure,
yeah.
Sure. I like coffee. I'm just not a daily consumer.
Okay, I get you. Tyler Ray's on here. He is a daily consumer of the County Agent's Corner. It's brought to you by Bluegrass South Livestock Market.
Get the top price for your livestock. Take them to the Bluegrass South Livestock Market, where they have drop-off hours to fit the busy farmer's needs. Selling your livestock a profitable and a pleasant experience. Save the hassle of a long haul. Sell your livestock at the Bluegrass South Livestock Market, 277 Courtier Road in Stanford. Call Bluegrass South Livestock Market at 606-365-0665. Bluegrass South Livestock Market in Stanford.
And here's Tyler Ray.
During the spring and summer, we get a lot of questions at the Extension office from pond owners about how to control unwanted aquatic plant growth and algae in their ponds. Here are just a few ideas to help reduce the amount of these unwanted plants in your pond. Whether constructing a new pond or renovating an old one, minimizing shallow areas of 2.5 to 3 feet around your pond's shoreline can help prevent unwanted plant growth. Aquatic plants and algae typically establish in these shallow areas first before extending towards the center of the pond. If you're installing in a new pond, be sure it's located away from a watershed runoff consisting of nutrients from fertilizers, manure, and septic water. These promote unwanted growth and pose hazards to aquatic life. Aquatic dyes can be used to impart color of the pond and help reduce sunlight penetration to the bottom. This may help control plants and algae growth. Unfortunately, aquatic dyes are not effective in controlling unwanted growth in shallow water. Dyes may be added to the pond as when water retention is greatest, often during the middle of the summer and early fall. Join back at 12 to hear the rest of the helpful tips. And that's today's Home and Farm News. Join us each weekday at this time for the County Agent's Corner, a service of the Boyle, Lincoln, Garrett, and Mercer UK Extension Offices.
There you go, Tyler Ray giving us the County Agent's Corner. It's brought to you by Bluegrass South Livestock Market. All right, Tyler, before you go, some random facts you may not know, but I want you to know, so I'm going to let you know. Tyler, are you ready?
Of course.
Okay, good. Here we go, Tyler. Fact number 1. Aside from a brief bump in 2006, the teenage pregnancy rate in the U.S. has been continuously declining since 1991. And as of the most recent data in 2023, teen birth rates are now at their lowest levels ever in 2023. Which I guess is good. I guess good news, but would be maybe since they started measuring teenage birth rate, like keeping stats of that, right? So, do I think that the 2023 teen birth rates are lower than, 1894? Probably not. But were they doing and registering teen birth rates in 1894? Probably not.
Yeah.
So, maybe just since they've been doing this. Number 2, a pop music engineer named Chris Geringer has the most Grammy nominations without a win. 21 nods. He's never won one before. Post Malone is tied for second with an Indian classical music conductor named Zubin Mehta. They both have 18. Snoop Dogg is fourth. 17 nods, no wins for Snoop Dogg in the Grammy nominations. We'll see if one of them can break their slump here. Number 3, there are at least twice as many blank in Australia as people. What do you think the blank is, Tyler? Twice as many blank in Australia as people.
Spiders?
Spiders. Probably a lot more than twice as many spiders as there are people. The answer we're looking for, kangaroos.
Okay.
There are 50 million kangaroos in Australia. About 25 million people. 2 kangaroos for each person. Number 4, golfers who win the Masters get to keep their green jacket for a year, but then after the year, they have to return it. It gets put in a closet, and then they can wear it whenever they want to when they visit from that point on. But they've got to return the green jacket. And then number 5, Tyler, George R.R. Martin has written all of the Game of Thrones books using a computer that's at least 30 years old. It doesn't even have Windows on it, just the DOS operating system. And he uses a 1980s word processor called WordStar to write on. So, not even Microsoft Word, because there's no Microsoft on it. He uses WordStar, although he's way behind, I think, in the series. The TV series has been way over And George R.R. Martin hasn't even finished writing the book series. He hates writing, apparently. He doesn't want to do it. He'd rather just direct the TV shows. George R.R. Martin. There you go. Some random facts for you this morning. Tyler, appreciate you being on this morning.
Sure.
All right, talk to you later. Bye. That's Tyler Ray with the Boyle County Extension Office at 7:45 in the morning. Speaking of Game of Thrones, here's a little theme music for you. This is an awesome theme song. This is one of the better theme songs to a TV show, I think, like ever. It fits the bill so well. Game of Thrones.
Becky Lindsay, and I live in Harrodsburg. My experience with Welch Homes was through Ashley Reynolds. Ashley was just so on top of things. We had been looking for a home for 6 months, just went so smoothly and so quickly, especially after 6 months of looking. Absolutely recommend Welch Homes. In particular, Ashley Reynolds is just so on top of what we really needed and what we were looking for.
Welch Homes Real Estate. Welcome home with Welch Homes.
The NASCAR Cup Series.
Carl Edwards puts the green flag in the air.
Returns after a week off.
Trouble turn number 2. One car spins on the back straightaway. It's Kyle Larson. He got loose coming off of the corner.
To feel the adrenaline of Talladega Super Speedway.
Here comes William Byron giving it one final shot. Off the corner to the line. The checkered flag is waving.
It's the Jack Links 500.
Coverage starts this Sunday afternoon at 2 on WHIR 103.9 FM.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. Mark Pope's work is not through yet with a roster for his second UK team. Former Kentucky Mr. Basketball Travis Perry, a true freshman at UK, has entered the transfer portal. Perry was Kentucky's all-time leading scorer in boys high school hoops. Boyle County has named its new boys head basketball coach. He's Jamie Todd, a 2010 graduate from Rockcastle County. Most recently, Todd was the lead assistant at Berea College. He was also an assistant at Asbury. Todd replaces Denny Webb, who stepped down after 6 years as the Rebels head coach. Scott County has also hired a new boys head coach. Former UK guard and college coach Sean Woods takes over for the Cardinals. Hometown Radio has high school baseball scheduled this evening. At Danville will visit Garrett County. First pitch is at 6 o'clock for the Admirals and the Golden Lions on Z105. Yesterday in high school baseball, it was Boyle County 3, Lincoln County 2 in 8 innings, and Danville 6, Garrett County 2. Fast pitch softball scores, Mercer County 5, Boyle County 4 in 8. Paris 15, Bergen 5, and LCA 15, DCA 3. In Major League Baseball, Cincinnati lost its second straight at Miami, 4-3. Reds and Marlins play their series finale this afternoon. Elsewhere, it was Cardinals 10, Braves 4. Dodgers lost to the Cubs 11-10 in 10 innings. Guardians 3, Yankees 2. Brewers 11, Giants 3. Pirates 9, Angels 3. Other winners were the Astros, Diamondbacks, Mets, Nationals, Padres, Rangers, Red Sox, Royals, and Twins. And the Thunder, Pacer, and Lakers were winners in the NBA playoffs yesterday. That's sports. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
Let me ask you a question. Are you running a small business and need more customers? Hi, this is Don, your small business marketing specialist. So how do you increase traffic by 20%? Well, there are only 2 ways to do it. Either get your current customers to spend 20% more, and that's not going to happen. Or get more new customers to try your business. Well, the latest research is in, and radio is dominating the competition. A new study found that across 10 brands in a number of different categories, radio commercials increase store traffic by over 20%. Categories like automotive and beauty retailers experienced an increase of over 30% in new customers. And if you're hungry, quick service restaurants increase their business by over 20%. That's right, and radio has the best ROI of any media period. So are you ready to get new customers? Give us a call today and discover how radio can help grow your business.
Promote your business to thousands of potential customers every week. To learn more, go online to advertisecentralkentucky.com. That's advertisecentralkentucky.com.
Molly's Backyard. Hosting the 3rd Annual Crawfish Festival, bringing Louisiana's fresh flavored crawfish and master broiler, Matt Falcone.
It's going to be good. I guarantee, Chad. We're going to pass a good time, yeah. Laissez bon temps rouler.
It's a crawfish boil and festival. Live music and Cajun food trucks attending for a flavor-filled food festival. Drink and feast with friends. Molly's Backyard. April the 26th. Get your tickets now at morleysky.com.
As prescription costs rise, many Medicare beneficiaries are having difficulty keeping up. If you or someone you know is finding it difficult to pay for prescriptions, the Kentucky Department for Aging and Independent Living State Health Insurance Assistance Program may be able to help. SHIP counselors can guide you to money-saving prescription assistance programs, including a program that helps pay for Medicare Part D plan costs for limited-income seniors. For more information, call 1-877-293-7447.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
Look at there, old Jackie boy. Brought to you by Altogether Recovery Center, Danville's first residential addiction center for men, offering life-saving, compassionate care for drug and alcohol addiction. Altogether Recovery Center is now open in Danville. Sunshine, high of 80, low tonight 58. Tomorrow, sunshine 76, and cloudy skies tomorrow night. We'll start off with sun, turn cloudy. We'll get rain showers scattered throughout tomorrow. Friday's looking like the heavier rain day, and then Saturday, some scattered showers as well. It's 7:51 in the morning. It's 51 degrees. Wednesday, the 23rd day of April. Let's see what's going on out west where our celebrity friends live. Those people so rich and famous, they are disassociated with reality. If a celebrity does it, says it, or thinks it, you should do, say, and think the opposite. It's the Showbiz segment, the world of weird. Here we go. All right, Rob Lowe dressed as the Easter Bunny for Chris Pratt and Katherine Schwarzenegger's kids and managed to give them nightmares that will stay with them through at least a year of adult therapy. Katherine posted video of Chris helping Rob get into costume, which then cuts to Rob as the Easter Bunny dropping eggs on the lawn. This part of the clip is soundtracked by children crying hysterically. It's funny because at first Rob is dispersing the eggs one by one, but then he just overturns his basket and dumps out the rest. Possibly because he wanted to stop traumatizing the kids. In the caption, Katherine said, quote, Easter Bunny got real method this year. Of course, Rob and Chris were co-stars in the show Parks and Rec together. Ben Affleck says it's important for his kids to have minimum wage jobs to learn the value of hard work and money. He shares that his 3 children with Jennifer Gardner, Violet, Finn, and Samuel. Violet's 19, Finn 16, Samuel 13. In a video that went viral recently, Ben told Samuel no to a $6,000 pair of sneakers. In an interview yesterday, he said, quote, he was like, we have the money. I was like, I have the money. You're broke. I'm like, well, if you want that, you can work 1,000 hours at minimum wage. If you work 1,000 hours, you might not want to spend it on a pair of shoes. Ben says even though you love your kids, you do them a disservice if you don't teach them that they have to work hard for what they want. His 2 older kids both have jobs, and his oldest is also trying to get a summer internship. Pretty cool. And story number 3, John Cena might play a tough guy on screen, but even he has his limits. He says he got bullied by fans into getting a hair transplant last November. Quote, you chant, you make me feel small and embarrass me. Y'all don't know what that's like. This is a straight-up bullying. That's not cool. I don't like it. So thank you for bullying me into getting surgical hair replacement. That's how far y'all pushed me. Thank you for being so aware of my needs and emotions because you guys ripped me to shreds for a genetic problem I can't control. John has a super noticeable bald spot in the back of his head that he really can't hide when he's in the ring. We should probably note, though, that John is a bad guy now these days, so he's probably overplaying the role the bullying played in his decision. John Cena got a hair transplant because he was bullied by fans. Ben Affleck says his kids might have to get minimum wage jobs. And Rob Lowe dressed up as the Easter Bunny and terrified Chris Pratt's kids. That's what's going on out west in Hollywood, where the celebrities live. The Showbiz segment. There you go. Melton's Deli in Danville, the place to go for a sandwich for lunch. A little bit later on this afternoon, we're going to go with the hot shaved ham and Swiss, number 10 on the Melton's Deli menu. It's smoked deli ham shaved real thin with Swiss cheese, lettuce, maters, and mayonnaise on a toasted croissant. Sounds good to me. You can get it double the meat as well for a couple of bucks more. The hot shaved ham and Swiss, number 10 on the Melton's Deli menu, 247 East Main, 995 Ben Ally Drive. Tell them you heard him this morning on the Joe Show, and you want to try out the hot shaved ham and Swiss. 7:55 in the morning. The fan vote is over for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. We'll talk about who got the most votes coming up right after this.
Mike Gay here. At Essity, we're committed to making the world a healthier, more hygienic place, starting right here in Harrodsburg and Danville. We're hiring machine operators where you'll work with cutting-edge technology to produce essential products like hand towels and tissue paper. Our wages start at $20 per hour with benefits on day one and opportunity for growth. If you're a high school grad ready to make an impact, visit ESSITY.com/careers. That's Essity.com/careers.
Step into Papa's Quick Stop number 7 across from the Bull County Fairgrounds and discover the enchanting world of Candleberry candles in the huge Candleberry Corner. Refresh your world with an array of fresh cargo scents for your car for just $1.99. Tantalizing tarts, $7.99. Delightful room sprays for $9.50. Small jars are $14.99. Large jars, $25.99. Grand candy jars for $89.99. And the large selection of cookie jars for that special someone at $159.99. Visit Papa's Quick Stop number 7 across the Bull County Fairgrounds on the bypass for an exhilarating experience like no other.
Talk Kentucky Sports, weekday mornings at 10 with Matt Jones and Kentucky Sports Radio, right here on AM 1230 WHIR.
7:56 in the morning, 238-9447, the phone number to call in. 238 WHIR. Results of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame fan vote are in. We got the total fan vote in, 330,000 votes for this group, which came in at number 1 in the fan vote.
She whispered words that I awoke, and faintly bouncing round the room.
It's the group Fish. 330,000 votes came in number 1 amongst the groups and acts that are up for nomination for the fan vote. 330,000 votes. Second place with 281,000 votes was this group. This is Bad Company from their debut release in 1974 called Bad Company. Came in second place, 281,000 votes for Bad Company. So Fish in first, 330,000. Bad Company in second with 281,000. And in third place, 260,000 votes. White Wedding, Billy Idol with 260,500 votes came in third. Cyndi Lauper came in fourth. Joe Cocker rounded out the top 5 with 234,000. The rest of the top 10 in this order: Soundgarden 6, Chubby Checker 7, The Black Crowes 8, Mariah Carey 9, and Joy Division / New Order came in 10th. Now, for those wondering why you're upset about it, how did Chubby Checker not get more, or why is Joe Cocker below Fish, or whatever it may be, the fan vote does not have a ton of influence on who makes the Hall. It only counts for a single ballot among the roughly 1,200 that are cast. So Fish will get one vote because they won the fan vote, right? So, like, they get 1 out of the 1,200 cast because they won the fan vote with 330,000 votes. But to put this in perspective, there's only 1 year when the winner of the fan vote did not make the Hall. So it's a pretty good indication that Fish is going to get in. The 1 year that the band that won the fan vote did not make the Hall was in 2020 when the Dave Matthews Band won the fan vote. They did not get in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame that year. They did, however, get in last year in 2024. So they ended up in the Hall of Fame but did not get in the year they won the fan vote. This year's inductees, the official inductees, will be introduced at this week's American Idol episode on Sunday night. But Fish 330,000 votes wins the fan vote for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame nomination. We'll see if they end up getting in. Find out this Sunday night.
Don't wanna be an actor pretending on the stage.
There you go. Coming up at the 8 o'clock in the morning hour, we've got State Senator Amanda Mays Bledsoe at 8:10. We'll see what's going on in the world of food at 8:40. And this date in rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history at 8:50 this morning. It's all coming up next on The Joe Show, WHIR Danville News Talk Sports. It's 8 o'clock in the morning.
This is the talk of the town, AM 1230, and now on FM 103.9, WHIR Danville, powered by Kentucky WiMAX. It's 8 o'clock.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. Pope Francis is now lying in state at St. Peter's Basilica. The 88-year-old died Easter Monday after suffering a stroke and heart failure. His body was carried out of his residence earlier today on a wooden platform held up by 14 pallbearers in a procession that included priests, cardinals, friars, a choir, and Swiss guards. His body was taken to St. Peter's Basilica, where it will lie in state for 3 days of public viewing until Saturday's funeral. NBC's Claudio Lavanca in Vatican City.
The Pope is dressed in bishop robes. He's dressed with a red vestment, and then he has a simple bishop mitre, right next to him. And that's because the Pope is also, and first and foremost, the Bishop of Rome. And Pope Francis has always said that, I am the Bishop of Rome, and that's how he wanted to be dressed in his coffin.
Among the mourners at Saturday's funeral will be President Donald Trump, along with First Lady Melania Trump, Britain's Prince William, and French President Emmanuel Macron. Thousands are under evacuation orders today thanks to one of the most massive wildfires in the history of Ocean County, New Jersey. The Jones Road forest fire was first spotted yesterday morning in the Greenwood Forest Wildlife Management Area.
We were hoping, praying, that it just stays away. But, I'm sure there's other people that are going to lose stuff.
Since then, it scorched more than 8,500 acres and is threatening more than 1,300 structures. High-level talks between U.S. and Ukrainian officials and other nations fell apart today after Secretary of State Marco Rubio and Special Envoy Steve Witkoff declined to attend a meeting in London. The talks are aimed at reaching a ceasefire deal between Ukraine and Russia. Stock futures have rallied 700 points. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
This is by this program or station. Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplane.us. Texting and rules for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop to opt out. Consult a doctor prior to use.
If you've thought about trying Ozempic, Wegovy, or other GLP-1 medications, you probably know that they can be expensive and hard to get access to. But not anymore. There's this great company called Zelfie. They're 100% online, and if you qualify, their prescribers can prescribe medications like Ozempic, Wegovy, and other GLP-1 medications that are 80 to 90% less expensive. That's right, no long wait to the doctor's office or pharmacy. Everything is shipped right to your door. Zelfie can also provide semaglutide or tirzepatide, the active ingredients in Ozempic and other expensive GLP-1s, but for 80 to 90% less. This is a great time to see if you qualify for GLP-1 medications with Zelfie, and all you have to do to get started is send them a text. Just text CARE to 200-300. Don't wait. Text right now for a link to your exclusive offer. Text the word CARE to 200-300. That's CARE to 200-300. CARE to 200-300.
The Supreme Court is hearing a case involving parents' rights to opt their elementary school kids from classes using school books that have LGBTQ plus characters or themes. Today's arguments involve a group of Maryland parents who sued the Montgomery County School District after it eliminated the opt-out program.
I do believe that they're going to rule in our favor. This is a majority issue. This is basically restoring the rights that parents have had in Montgomery County.
That's parent Grace Morrison speaking outside of the court. A lot of parents claim their right to exempt their kids based on religious beliefs was being violated, while the school claims the program led to a higher rate of absenteeism. Although the case is centered in Maryland, the outcome could impact schools across the country. A scary situation for a couple of women riding in a self-driving taxi through Austin, Texas. They say it went the wrong direction, and then it came to a stop on a busy road where two highway lanes merge.
Cars kept honking at us, and it would not move.
Becky Navarro took to TikTok saying they were on the phone with Waymo. It wasn't until they threatened to live stream the incident that the doors to the cab unlocked and they got out. It's not the first time a glitch has been reported. Earlier this month, a Waymo robo-taxi caused a traffic jam at a Chick-fil-A drive-thru in Santa Monica, California.
A little slow tonight, isn't it?
The hotel that inspired the horror classic The Shining is making major upgrades. The new owners of the Stanley Hotel in Colorado are tapping into municipal bonds to use nearly $300 million to add more rooms, an event center, and a horror museum curated by Blumhouse. That's the production studio behind movies like Halloween and Paranormal Activity. Michael Kastner.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
The Bread of Life Cafe in Casey County proudly serves several all-you-can-eat buffets. Start out with the lunch buffet for $10.99. Thursday after 4, seniors 55 and older can experience the buffet for $8.99. Friday after 4, swim in for the seafood buffet, $12.99. Start your day the buffet way with the Saturday morning breakfast buffet, 7 till 10:30, $8.99. Then Saturday after 4, make your way to the evening buffet, $11.99. Feed your tummy and your soul with a visit to the Bread of Life Cafe, 5 miles south of Liberty, Highway 127. Open till 8 Monday through Thursday, Friday and Saturday till 9.
Good morning to you. It's Wednesday. It's the 23rd day of April. It is news time here on the Joe Show. News time means it's time to refill my coffee cup. Here's news.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update.
The City of Danville Cemetery Committee continues to look at potential updated rules and regulations, and now they want the public's opinion. The Danville Cemetery rules and regulations are in place to maintain a clean, safe, and reverent space for remembrance. But since they were drafted and adopted in 2006, both Hilldale Cemetery and Bellevue Cemetery have significantly grown. The biggest potential change would revolve around the grandfather rule. According to the 2006 regulations that were passed, any ground decorations, including benches, statues, or shepherd's hooks, many of the ground decorations present in the cemeteries were permitted due to the grandfather exception. These new updated rules would remove the grandfather rule, meaning that all decorations must be affixed to the monument and headstone. That would do away with certain noteworthy statues and monuments in the Bellevue Cemetery. Other changes would pertain to the date and length of time that decorations or artificial arrangements may be displayed on special occasions. All flower beds would no longer be permitted as they pose challenges to ground maintenance, and the holiday burial schedule would align with city holidays. You can see the updated regulations on the City of Danville website. That's danvilleky.org, and you can voice your opinion on them either on the website or by calling 238-1200. The 90-day public comment period will end on July the 10th. Even Medell Health is sponsoring a free health screening at Junction City First Baptist Church a week from today. That will include cholesterol, A1C, blood pressure, body composition, take-home colorectal cancer screening kits for those over the age of 45, and mental health screenings. Walk-ins are welcome, but appointments are encouraged. Call 859-239-5576 to schedule your appointment. It's spring, and the City of Danville has 2 events coming up later this month. First is April 26th, where the city will give away compost from the city farm on Old Stanford Road. That'll go on this Saturday from 7 until 3. Then 2 days later is the start of the bulk item trash pickup week, where you can set your items on the curb that are too big for your normal trash container. That'll be during your regular scheduled trash pickup week, April 28th through May 2nd in Danville. Mercer County's bulk item pickup week will be the following week, beginning on May 5th and going through May the 9th. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
Some love him and some hate him. But everybody listens to Sean Hannity weekdays at 3 and Saturdays at 10 on AM 1230 WHIR.
Got pain? Curamin is your safe, effective answer. Curamin from Terry Naturally doesn't just mask pain. It gets to the source and stops it. Get results or your money back. Got pain? Get Curamin.
On sale now at 25% off, only at the Danville Nutrition Center. We are located at 802 South 4th Street in Danville.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA, and this product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Curamin is for the use of occasional muscle pain due to exercise or overuse.
Don't be a dirty driver. You can shine on and drive on with a clean vehicle from the original Thoroughbred Car Wash in Danville on Perryville Road. The original Thoroughbred Car Wash has 6 self-service bays and 8 vacuums and a touchless automatic wash that washes, waxes, and blow dries for that spotless wash that you'll be proud of. Find the original Thoroughbred Car Wash in Danville on Perryville Road, just down from Big Lots. Open 7 days a week for your convenience.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
Okay, Jack, brought to you by Danville Auto Body Shop. Top of the line collision and auto body repair. Head to the mechanics at 315 Delahaye Street. That's Danville Auto Body Shop. Get a free estimate, and they work at their insurance company, fixing water leaks, window motor repairs, hail damage, and doing paintless dent repair at Danville Auto Body Shop. Sunshine, high of 78, low tonight 58. Rain shower chances are likely tomorrow. A high tomorrow of 76. Friday, showers and thunderstorms 74. Saturday, rain 70. Sunday, sunshine 72. It's 8:11 in the morning. It's 51 degrees. Wednesday, the 23rd day of April, and we are welcome to having the show, and happy to have on the show, I should say, we welcome State Senator Amanda Mays Bledsoe. Good morning, Senator Bledsoe. How are you?
Oh, it's going to be a beautiful day. I'm feeling great.
Yes, great day, sunny and 80, and a great day to be on the radio with Senator Bledsoe. Glad to have you aboard. A lot to talk about. I guess the first thing happening yesterday, where Andy Barr announced that he was going to run for the U.S. Senate seat that will be occupied, I guess, by Mitch McConnell upon his retirement. And I don't think this is a shocking announcement. In fact, most people kind of knew this was going to happen, but made it official, I guess, yesterday at an event there in Richmond. Senator Bledsoe, what's your thoughts on Andy Barr's announcement yesterday?
Well, I think you're exactly right. People have been wondering when he was going to get in, and he has long talked about. I've known Andy Barr since, well over 20 years. We were both worked and volunteered on Governor Ernie Fletcher's campaign back in the early 2000s, and so we've been friends for a long time. And he's always, if you would have asked him back then, what would you pick your dream job? I think he would have said back then, I would love to be a U.S. Senator. So this is not surprising for him. He had a great crowd there last night. He's done a great job as a congressman. He no longer has Boyle County in the 6th District, but he had Boyle for a little while in his last 12 years or so. And he's a phenomenal candidate. We're going to have a crowded field, I have no doubt, with lots of people jumping in. But he's been a great congressman. He's got a great track record, and I'm excited for him.
There you go. I like the quote-unquote volatility in today's politics, where as soon as Andy Barr made his announcement, the Kentucky Democratic Party chimed in and essentially said, this guy stinks.
Right.
And, that goes on both sides. Let's just be honest. It was the same, probably would have happened the same way, too, if it was the other side of the... It's just like, they can't even let the guy have, 5 minutes of excitement without them saying, this guy stinks.
I know. Somebody else jumped in to run for his seat, within 5 minutes, and I thought, goodness,
wow.
Let the man have his night. He's been planning for this a long time. Just let him enjoy it. And then, that's part of the nature of instant politics, right, is that people know, and they have tweets, and they have campaigns, and they have videos, and they just attack so quickly. And that's unfortunate. And it's going to be a long primary. Democrats are attacking him, but I'm like, goodness, he's going to have to make it through the primary in May of next year.
Yeah.
So there's a lot still ahead. And I will mention, Andy, since we've been friends, when I first ran for city council in 2014, he had just become congressman. He had just won his first term, and he actually held my one and only fundraiser and was my guest speaker at it,
wow.
Which was a big risk for him. And so I've always been appreciative of his willingness to reach down and help people that are also running for office, around, and it's going to be a pretty nasty campaign, unfortunately. But we've got some great candidates, and it's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, there you go. Another big, announcement or news that was made last week. Senator Bledsoe, of course, we know that Governor Beshear's executive order, which made medical marijuana legal in Kentucky, and now there's some people who aren't real happy with how the lottery was held and how certain cultivators and those who can hold medical marijuana and I guess, quote-unquote, sell or prescribe that to the public, whatever it may be, how those businesses were drawn. Have you been reading much on that and people who are upset with the way the lottery was held in the medical marijuana field?
Well, it's been a fascinating process to watch, and the governor did this on his own. He did not consult the General Assembly about, what a good plan may or may not be. That's not here nor there. It's just reality. So I've been watching it just like everybody else has, and I'm not sure there's a best way, to be honest, to do that. How do you give out a limited amount of licenses when there's such demand for them into a process? And so I understand kind of the thought behind the lottery. But what you saw is that people would register, 200 names doing business as under one company umbrella, so they had 200 chances. They essentially bought extra lottery passes. And so for those who had one company, put their one company in, and an outside company put in 200 of really the same name, but doing business as different companies, that feels like they're cheating the system. And I understand why, if you were the ones who played by what they consider the rules to do so, why they don't feel that they were handled properly. So I think Allison Ball is looking into it, which is the right venue. She is the auditor. She is the one who should be looking to see waste, fraud, and abuse, and I'm interested to see what she comes up with.
With State Senator Amanda Mays Bledsoe. Senator Bledsoe, in terms of things you've been working on specifically, anything new?
Not a ton new. I've been doing a lot of these kind of legislative summaries. I'm doing 2 today. I'm doing 2 tomorrow. Which has been fun to speak to groups about what's happened. I spent some time doing some visits with those who got state grants this year. Yesterday I was at the Nest, which is a nonprofit here in Lexington that provides a daycare to those who are in emergency situations for under the 5-year-old timeline. If you are a single individual, or maybe you have a refugee family, we had actually yesterday, who doesn't have a job, doesn't have child care, but can't find child care until they have a job, so they provide drop-in services so that you can have an opportunity to go to that doctor's appointment. You can go to that job interview before you can have a sustainable plan moving forward. So that's been really fun. I'm also speaking today to Dunbar High School. We have a lot of kids in a certain government class that come up with great ideas and have to present to a government official kind of their plan. And so this is my 3rd one to do that with Dunbar High School, also here in Lexington. So that'll be fun. So I'm trying to do some of those meetings and a couple constituent meetings, which are fun today. And I've enjoyed those who have emailed and said, hey, I want to meet with you. And so we're doing some of those. So if you're listening and you want to have a conversation about what's going on in the next year or so, continue to email me and we'll make some time for it.
There you go. State Senator Amanda Mays Bledsoe. Senator Bledsoe, what is your email if people want to reach out to you?
Amanda.maysbledsoe@kylegislature.gov.
There you go. Senator Bledsoe, appreciate you being on. Safe travels today, and we'll talk to you again next Wednesday, okay?
Sounds good. Thanks,
right.
Jeff.
Yes, ma'am. You too. Bye. That's our State Senator Amanda Mays Bledsoe. She joins us Wednesday mornings at 8:10 right here on The Joe Show on 103.9 FM WHIR Danville. The sort of sports report coming your way right now. Those headlines you may not hear in your everyday typical sports. Starting off in the NFL, but sports news in terms of like sports commentary, where things got even uglier yesterday morning after attorney Tony Busby sent audio to TMZ purported to be Shannon Sharpe threatening to choke the expletive out of a woman who has filed a sexual assault lawsuit against him. In the recording, Jane Doe, as she's calling herself, is allegedly having a heated conversation with Sharpe at some point towards the end of a relationship with the ESPN personality. The context of the conversation isn't exactly clear in the 1-minute 30-second clip. After the clip was released, Sharpe responded, calling Doe's allegations of rape BS as he shared, quote, some graphic text messages he says were sent to him by his accuser, backing up his side of the story. Sharpe's attorney, Lanny Davis, has called the entire suit a, quote, blatant and cynical attempt to shake down Mr. Sharpe for millions of dollars. Davis also added that Doe's accusations are, quote, filled with lies, distortions, and misrepresentations. The NBA playoffs are underway, and the players' poll has returned. This time, around 158 players were polled from all 30 teams, which is about 33% of all the players in the league. Their opinions were voiced on topics ranging from current players, gambling, three-pointers, and more. So let's see what the players said. Who is the MVP according to the players? More than half said Kentucky Wildcat, former Cat, and Thunder star Shai Gilgeous-Alexander should win the MVP. 5 years from now, who will be the face of the NBA? More than 54% of voters went with Victor Wembanyama. Who's the NBA's most overrated player? Tyrese Halliburton edged out Rudy Gobert for that honor. The most underrated player, Cade Cunningham, squeaked by Derek White for that honor. And the current NBA player you'd least like to fight, James Johnson, clearly not to be messed with. More than 63% of players said they knew that. And in this three-point revolution age, are analytics good or bad for the game? More than 38% said bad, 33% said somewhat in the middle. Speaking of the playoffs, there were 3 games yesterday. The Pacers beat the Bucks 123-115. They go up 2-0 in that series yesterday. Here's how that final call sounded on NBA TV.
An 8-point win for Indiana. They lead the best-of-7 series 2-0. Indiana has never lost a playoff series after winning the first 2 games. They are 11-0.
There you go. Here's the final call as the Thunder trounced the Grizzlies 118-99 in Game 2 on TNT.
Final seconds will tick off the clock. And Oklahoma City, with another convincing win, they take a command 2-0 series lead. With this best-of-7 now headed to Memphis for games 3 and 4 Thursday and Saturday.
And here's the final call as the Lakers even up their series against the Timberwolves with a 94-85 win last night.
Lakers are going to win it by 9 and tie this best-of-7 series at 1-1.
There you go. NBA schedule tonight. Magic at Celtics. Celtics lead that series 1-0. Heat at Cavaliers. Cavaliers lead that series 1-0. Rick's a big Cleveland Cavaliers fan. And Warriors at Rockets. Warriors lead that series 1-0 as well. The birthday boy, Big Daddy's got more sports right now.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. Mark Pope's work is not through yet with a roster for his second UK team. Former Kentucky Mr. Basketball Travis Perry, true freshman at UK, has entered the transfer portal. Perry was Kentucky's all-time leading scorer in boys high school hoops. Boyle County has named its new boys head basketball coach. He's Jamie Todd, a 2010 graduate from Rockcastle County. Most recently, Todd was the lead assistant at Berea College. He was also an assistant at Asbury. Todd replaces Denny Webb, who stepped down after 6 years as the Rebels head coach. Scott County has also hired a new boys head coach. Former UK guard and college coach Sean Woods takes over for the Cardinals. Hometown Radio has high school baseball scheduled this evening. At Danville will visit Garrett County. First pitch is at 6 o'clock for the Admirals and the Golden Lions on Z105. Yesterday in high school baseball, it was Boyle County 3, Lincoln County 2 in 8 innings, and Danville 6, Garrett County 2. Fast pitch softball scores, Mercer County 5, Boyle County 4 in 8. Paris 15, Bergen 5, and LCA 15, DCA 3. In Major League Baseball, Cincinnati lost its second straight at Miami 4-3. Reds and Marlins play their series finale this afternoon. Elsewhere, it was Cardinals 10, Braves 4. Dodgers lost to the Cubs 11-10 in 10 innings. Guardians 3, Yankees 2. Brewers 11, Giants 3. Pirates 9, Angels 3. Other winners were the Astros, Diamondbacks, Mets, Nationals, Padres, Rangers, Red Sox, Royals, and Twins. And the Thunder, Pacer, and Lakers were winners in the NBA playoffs yesterday. That's sports. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
Serving Boyle County seniors, a gathering place.
Our Meals on Wheels program is designed for seniors 60 and up in Boyle County who struggle with food insecurity. If you think you may be eligible, call us at 859-236-2070, thegatheringplace.org, or follow us on Instagram and Facebook for more info.
Serving Boyle County seniors, a gathering place.
Bad decisions limit future options. Stop adversity from becoming stress. Listen to The Flatline with host Rick Hughes, Sunday mornings at 7:30 on WHIR. Learn problem-solving devices built on God's Word. For inspiration, education, all without manipulation. The Flatline Sunday mornings at 7:30 on WHIR and online at hometownlive.net.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
All right, Jack, appreciate that, buddy. Brought to you by Howard Carpenter Flooring Outlet in Harrodsburg. Specializing in discount waterproof vinyl flooring. You better go get your hardwood tile and carpet remnants. Shop and save on all types of floor coverings. Howard Carpenter Flooring Outlet, 540 North College Street. Sunshine high of 80, low tonight of 60. Heat rain shower chances tomorrow. 76 the high, even heavier rain Friday, and begins to taper off on Saturday. Right now, it's 8:25 in the morning, 51 degrees right here in Danville. 859-238-WHIR is the phone number to call in, 238-9447. We'd love to have you on the show as we take a look at what's gone on this date in history that's made this date a date to remember. And we start off on this date in 1954, where the greatest baseball player of all time hit the first of what would be 755 Major League home runs, leading his team, the Milwaukee Braves, to a 7-5 win against the St. Louis Cardinals. It was Hank Aaron. Here's a clip 713 home runs later when he tied Babe Ruth at 714 in a game, I believe was against Cincinnati, if I'm not mistaken. Awesome call. Love the old school call. So my dad was telling me he went to like a prayer meeting or a Bible study or something, and someone was there who knows my dad who said that they were in Cincinnati when Hank Aaron hit his 714th home run. And that was like game 1 of the series or something like that, or game 2 maybe. But they wanted to make sure, they being the Braves, that Hank Aaron broke the home run record at home. So they didn't play him the rest of the series against the Reds. So to make sure that he would hit 715 at home in Atlanta. He did that against the Dodgers a couple of games later, but he didn't play the rest of the series in Cincinnati. He didn't want him risking hitting the home run on the road. Not that the Reds fans wouldn't appreciate it. I mean, it's baseball history. You're going to appreciate baseball history, but I want to make sure he did it at home in front of the home fans. But did 714th home run in Cincinnati. I believe he hit 713 at the end of one season, the 73 season. He ended at 713, and then early on in the 1974 season, he hit number 714 in Cincinnati and 715 there against the Dodgers at home. It was on this day, 2005, the recently created video sharing website, YouTube, uploaded its first clip called Me at the Zoo. Here's a clip from that first YouTube video.
So here we are, one of the elephants. Cool thing about these guys is that they have really, really, really long fronts, and that's cool.
Yeah, there you go. Me at the Zoo, uploaded on this date in, 2005. I'm looking at the video right now. It has 355 million views on this video. First ever video uploaded on YouTube. It was uploaded by YouTube co-founder Jawed Karim, seen standing in front of an elephant enclosure at the San Diego Zoo. And the rest is history, as they say, for YouTube. First video ever uploaded on YouTube on this date, 2005. And it was on this date, 2020, where President Donald Trump suggested COVID-19 might be treated by injecting disinfectant or UV lights into the human body.
Injection inside or almost a cleaning, because you see it gets on the lungs and it does a tremendous number of the lungs. So it'd be interesting to check that. So that you're going to have to use medical doctors with. But it sounds interesting to me.
Well, government officials and disinfectant companies were quick to state, please do not inject cleaning chemicals into your body. That's extremely dangerous or potentially deadly. That's what's going on this date, April the 23rd in history. That's made this date a date to remember. Coming up in the next half hour, 8:40, we'll have Grub Gab, the world of food. 8:50, we'll see what's gone on this date in rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history. Excited about 9:10, where we're going to welcome on Coach Jamie Todd, the new head coach of the Boyle County boys basketball team, the Boyle County Rebels. Coach Todd joins us at 9:10 this morning, talking Rebel basketball and getting to know the new head coach. It's all coming up next on The Joe Show, WHIR Danville.
Step into Papa's Quick Stop number 7 across from the Boyle County Fairgrounds and discover the enchanting world of Candleberry candles in the huge Candleberry Corner. Refresh your world with an array of fresh cargo scents for your car for just $1.99. Tantalizing tarts, $7.99. Delightful room sprays for $9.50. Small jars are $14.99. Large jars, $25.99. Grand candy jars for $89.99. And the large selection of cookie jars for that special someone at $159.99. Visit Papa's Quick Stop number 7 across the Boyle County Fairgrounds on the bypass.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Governor Andy Beshear promoting the start of Kentucky Derby Week events in Frankfort with a Team Kentucky Derby kickoff on the Capitol South lawn.
There are so many things that make Kentucky special, and it'll all be on display Saturday, April 26th. See you there.
The governor and First Lady Brittany Beshear, in a video posted online, promotes the event this Saturday afternoon, featuring live music, food trucks, Kentucky breweries and distilleries, local artisans, games, and more. Meantime, it's an official announcement.
And I'm going to announce that I'm running for the United States Senate to help President Trump save this country.
Republican Congressman Andy Barr officially launching his campaign to succeed Mitch McConnell in the U.S. Senate. He's joining former Kentucky Attorney General Daniel Cameron in the Senate race. Barr has represented Central Kentucky's 6th congressional district since 2013.
We need to restore common sense in this country. My goodness, we've got to get rid of this DEI nonsense, this ESG nonsense that has really overturned the country, divided the country, been so divisive.
Republican businessman Nate Morris also considering running for the seat. A Virginia man in custody for lighting his relative on fire. Kentucky State Police say 29-year-old David Stoneburner killed his aunt during an altercation before bringing her body to eastern Kentucky Sunday. Stoneburner drove to Lynch Mountain, where he set the vehicle on fire with the 44-year-old victim's body inside, then pushed it over an embankment. The suspect faces initial charges of first-degree arson and abuse of a corpse. Meantime, Kentuckians affected by the storms and flooding from February now have until late May to apply for help from FEMA. The governor announced a 30-day extension and thanked President Donald Trump and the Department of Homeland Security. More than a dozen people were killed in these storms. I'm Lee Mowen.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Hi, I'm Alan Martin, branch manager at Community Trust Bank. Community Trust Bank has supported communities that we call home since 1903. With locations in Boyle and Mercer counties, Community Trust Bank is a full-service bank dedicated to helping you meet your lending needs and financial goals. Please stop by and see me at our Danville main office located at 462 West Main Street. Community Trust Bank, building communities built on trust. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, loan subject to credit approval.
There's something special about eating at a local restaurant. When you're greeted at the door or you sit down at your regular seat, it's easy to tell the difference from a big chain restaurant. Cattleman's Roadhouse is proud to be locally owned, and we are committed to serving up the best hand-cut steaks, providing an all-you-can-eat salad bar, and cooking up delicious meals right here in your community. Whether you're spending time with family or just craving a great steak, we are here because the best places in life are local.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update.
The City of Danville Cemetery Committee continues to look at potential updated rules and regulations, and now they want the public's opinion. The Danville Cemetery rules and regulations are in place to maintain a clean, safe, and reverent space for remembrance. But since they were drafted and adopted in 2006, both Hilldale Cemetery and Bellevue Cemetery have significantly grown. The biggest potential change would revolve around the grandfather rule. According to the 2006 regulations that were passed, any ground decorations, including benches, cameras, statues, or shepherd's hooks. Many of the ground decorations present in the cemeteries were permitted due to the grandfather exception. These new updated rules would remove the grandfather rule, meaning that all decorations must be affixed to the monument and headstone. That would do away with certain noteworthy statues and monuments in the Bellevue Cemetery. Other changes would pertain to the date and length of time that decorations or artificial arrangements may be displayed on special occasions. All flower beds would no longer be permitted as they pose challenges to ground maintenance, and the holiday burial schedule would align with city holidays. You can see the updated regulations on the City of Danville website. That's danvilleky.org, and you can voice your opinion on them either on the website or by calling 238-1200. The 90-day public comment period will end on July the 10th. Even Riddell Health is sponsoring a free health screening at Junction City First Baptist Church a week from today. That will include cholesterol, A1C, blood pressure, body composition, take-home colorectal cancer screening kits for those over the age of 45, and mental health screenings. Walk-ins are welcome, but appointments are encouraged. Call 859-239-5576 to schedule your appointment. It's spring, and the City of Danville has two events coming up later this month. First is April 26th, where the city will give away compost from the city farm on Old Stanford Road. That'll go on this Saturday from 7 until 3. Then 2 days later is the start of the bulk item trash pickup week, where you can set your items on the curb that are too big for your normal trash container. That'll be during your regular scheduled trash pickup week, April 28th through May 2nd in Danville. Mercer County's bulk item pickup week will be the following week, beginning on May 5th and going through May the 9th. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, HIMS can help. Through HIMS.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but HIMS can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
At the Kentucky Higher Education Student Loan Corporation, we understand that grants and scholarships don't always cover the full cost of education. Our Advantage Parent Loans with fixed interest rates are designed to help parents fill the funding gap without worrying about hidden costs or surprise fees. As a nonprofit lender, we're committed to keeping your focus where it belongs, on your family. Advantage Education Loans is managed by Key Slick. Visit KentuckyAdvantageLoan.com or call 800-988-6333 to learn more. This message is brought to you by the Kentucky Broadcasters Association and this station.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
All right, Jack, and I appreciate that, buddy. Brought to you by our friends hanging out over at the Little Sign Shop. Our new owners and operators. Little Sign Shop offers all types of quality signs at affordable prices, many within 24 hours. They're in Danville, where 2nd and 4th Streets meet. Call them 859-238-7391. Sunshine, high today 78. A low tonight of 58. Rain shower chances tomorrow. High tomorrow of 76. Friday, showers and possibly a thunderstorm and a high of 74. It's 8:38 in the morning right now. It's 49 degrees right here in Danville. Going to get up again into the upper 70s, near 80 degrees as a high today. 859-238-WHIR to call in. 238-9447. Pimmy! What you got going on with you today? It's Wedding Planning with Pim.
Hi, I'm Pim Stewart Clark, and this is Wedding Planning with Pim. Just engaged? Your celebration party doesn't have to be a highly structured, formal event. Dozens of people don't have to be invited, and you don't have to spend a lot of money. While some engagement parties are catered, many more are family picnics, potluck suppers, or family get-togethers at the home of the bride. And the guest list may be limited to the bride and groom, their parents, grandparents, siblings, and other close relatives and friends. Don't be tempted to use this occasion as an opportunity to repay social obligations. The engagement party may be the first opportunity for the sets of parents to visit and get to know one another. When planning the party, it isn't mandatory that the engagement announcement be a surprise, but keeping the surprise is fun. While it's customary that the father of the bride makes the announcement at the party, it may be the mother or a sibling or even a best friend. It isn't required that the bride's parents host the party. Dear friends may offer to do this for the couple. The engagement party should occur within a reasonable time after the couple becomes engaged. You don't want to walk around for weeks saying you're engaged and then have a party to announce it. My love note, the real secret of a great party is the guest list. Good food and drink and a good location are important, but it's the people that make any party a big success.
I remember brushing my hair and looking down and thinking, oh my gosh, do I have any hair left?
I used to look at women with thick, beautiful hair and think, why doesn't my hair look like that?
My thinning hair is making me feel so old.
If you want thick, healthy, gorgeous hair, then you need Hair Volume from New Nordic. With clinically proven ingredients like apple extract, biotin, and millet, Hair Volume nourishes your hair follicles to promote thicker, healthier-looking hair. Say goodbye to shedding, thin, and dull hair, and hello to thick, healthy hair with Hair Volume.
Since taking Hair Volume, the shedding has all but stopped.
Now, instead of being jealous of other women's hair, I have friends who are jealous of mine.
My hairdresser couldn't believe the difference in my hair. Now she's using Hair Volume too.
Available as a tablet or delicious gummy, Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and NewNordicUSA.com, or find Hair Volume in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
Be prepared for what Mother Nature brings. Keep up to date with weather forecasts here every hour on WHIR.
You're outside, enjoying the bright sunlight, when suddenly you lose control and have another embarrassing accident. If you have an overwhelming urge to sneeze after glancing at the sun, you may suffer from phobic sneeze reflex. Thankfully, the Phobic Sneeze Institute has suggestions that can help. First, do not look directly at the sun. Why would you even do something so stupid in the first place? Do you want to destroy your retinas? Second, there are these newfangled things called sunglasses. Maybe you've heard of them. And finally, stay inside, pull down the shades, and cower under your blankets alone in your dark room with all your cats. Because if a little thing like sneezing ruins your life, you don't deserve to be outside. Phobic sneeze reflex. It's possibly the dumbest disease ever.
Yep, I've got phobic sneeze reflex. I thought it was photic, not phobic. Phobic makes it sound like you sneeze when you're scared. I thought it was photic, like a photo light. Anyway, every time I'm outside, if I come from a dark place or inside to outside and it's sunny, I'll sneeze 2 or 3 times. And it is genetic, so Jack has got the same thing. I've noticed that Jack sneezes when he goes outside, too, just like if it's a bright, sunny day. Make you sneeze. So if you suffer from the dumbest disease ever like I do, congratulations, the phobic sneeze reflex. Let's see what's going on in the world of food. A little grub gab action for you where you can always just eat it. Here we go. All right, Applebee's is celebrating this year's NFL Draft by offering 20 free boneless wings with any purchase of $40 or more through the brand's app or website from April 24th through the 26th. To take advantage of the deal, simply place a pickup or delivery order of at least $40 on Applebee's.com or the Applebee's mobile app. Then add a 20-piece order of boneless wings and enter promo code DRAFT25, all caps, at checkout to redeem that free offer. Applebee's boneless wings, crowned America's favorite, which they are good. And a nationwide double-blind taste test features crispy, tender chicken pieces tossed in a variety of sauces like classic buffalo, honey barbecue, sweet Asian chili, garlic parmesan, extra hot buffalo, or hot honey glazed. Serve with a choice of blue cheese or house-made buttermilk ranch dressing. Again, 20 free boneless wings. You can spend $40 or more on the Applebee's app or website from April 24th this Thursday through 26th this Saturday. Hey, let's go to Culver's in Nicholasville for this one. Much to fans' delight and surprise, the Colby Jack Pub Burger has quietly returned to the menu at participating Culver's locations. Culver's Colby Jack Pub Burger, I'm looking at a picture of it. Looks awesome. Looks really good. Features a fresh, never frozen ground beef patty, seared on the grill and topped with melty Wisconsin Colby Jack cheese. Crispy onions and a zesty A14 pepper mayo, all served on a lightly buttered, toasted everything bun. The returning fan favorite Boiga is available as a single, double, or a triple for $5.59, $8.19, or $10.79, respectively. You also have the option to make it a value basket, including fries and a drink, for an additional $3.70. And staying with Culver's, they've teamed up with Skittles for the first time to introduce the Skittles Popped beverage platform, available for a limited time through June 15th. Skittles Popped, a light, crispy take on the classic fruit candy, can be blended into the chain's signature concrete mixers made with creamy, fresh frozen custard or swirled into frozen lemon ice coolers for an extra burst of fruit flavor. You can get them at Culver's now. So there you go. Culver's teaming up with Skittles. Culver's with the Colby Jack Pump Burger. It's so back. And Applebee's, 20 free boneless wings when you spend $40 or more on the app or website. Grub Gab, where you can always just eat it. Yeah, it's 8:45 in the morning. We'll see what's gone on this date in rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history coming your way next.
Hi, it's Daryl, the cigar sommelier and owner of Smokin' Bourbon. I know you guys have been waiting, but the wait is over. We are now open for business. So come on down to Smokin' Bourbon, where you can smoke, sip, and chill.
Central Kentucky's newest cigar bar in Danville by the bowling alley in the Greenleaf Shopping Center. This big boss atmosphere is veteran-owned with connoisseur quality cigars and bourbon, creating a social destination. For more information, go to smoke-in-bourbon.com.
Now open.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. Mark Pope's work is not through yet with a roster for his second UK team. Former Kentucky Mr. Basketball Travis Perry, a true freshman at UK, has entered the transfer portal. Perry was Kentucky's all-time leading scorer in boys high school hoops. Boyle County has named its new boys head basketball coach. He's Jamie Todd, a 2010 graduate from Rockcastle County. Most recently, Todd was the lead assistant at Berea College. He was also an assistant at Asbury. Todd replaces Denny Webb, who stepped down after 6 years as the Rebels head coach. Scott County has also hired a new boys head coach. Former UK guard and college coach Sean Woods takes over for the Cardinals. Hometown Radio has high school baseball scheduled this evening at Danville. Will visit Garrett County. First pitch is at 6 o'clock for the Admirals and the Golden Lions on Z105. Yesterday in high school baseball, it was Boyle County 3, Lincoln County 2 in 8 innings, and Danville 6, Garrett County 2. Fast pitch softball scores, Mercer County 5, Boyle County 4 in 8. Paris 15, Bergen 5, and LCA 15, DCA 3. In Major League Baseball, Cincinnati lost its second straight at Miami, 4-3. Reds and Marlins play their series finale this afternoon. Elsewhere, it was Cardinals 10, Braves 4. Dodgers lost to the Cubs 11-10 in 10 innings. Guardians 3, Yankees 2. Brewers 11, Giants 3. Pirates 9, Angels 3. Other winners were the Astros, Diamondbacks, Mets, Nationals, Padres, Rangers, Red Sox, Royals, and Twins. And the Thunder, Pacer, and Lakers were winners in the NBA playoffs yesterday. That's sports. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
Spring's finally here. Along with the green grass and blooming dogwoods, spring also means thunderstorms and the possibility of power outages. Here's what you should do if a spring storm leaves you without power. Start at home. Check your fuse box or circuit breakers. Then check with your neighbors to see if they have power. If they don't, that's the time to call your electric cooperative and report the outage. We're Kentucky's electric cooperatives, and our power is our people.
Intercounty Energy, a Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Hey, it's Joe Pags. Make plans to join us for the show. We're bringing the top news stories that are affecting you, the top stories from social media, pop culture stories, could be in sports. Maybe we'll sing a song or two or three or make fun of somebody that you want us to make fun of. That plus, of course, a big part of the program is you calling in. Look, we can agree, we can debate, we can yell at each other, we can sing a song together. We do it all right here on the Joe Pags Show, Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 on WHIR AM 1230 and online at hometownlive.net.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
All right, Jackie boy, brought to you by the Little Sign Shop. Hey, you need to sign a banner or decal fast. The new owners and operators at the Little Sign Shop can do it for you. They have full-color digital printing, magnetic signs, auto signage, and they offer logo design. They're in Danville, where 2nd and 4th Streets meet. Call them, 859-238-7391. Sunshine, 78 is the high. Low tonight, 58. Rain shower chances tomorrow. High of 76. We'll see sunshine tomorrow as well. Friday, shower, 74. Saturday, rain shower chances, 70 is your high. It's 8:49 in the morning, 49 degrees right here in Danville. 859-238-WHIR to call in this morning, 238-9447. As we see what's gone on in rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history on this date, April the 23rd. Starting off on this date, April 23rd, back in 1960, 65 years ago, where this guitarist was born from this group. His name, Steve Clark. Now, Steve Clark was with Def Leppard. Of course, had this one, Pour Some Sugar on Me. Their 1987 worldwide #1 album, Hysteria, and a 1988 U.S. #1 single with Love Bites. Clark died on January of 1991 at the age of 30 after a heavy night of drinking alcohol and taking prescription drugs. Sad, sad. On this date, 1960, Steve Clark was born. He would have been 65 years old today. It was on this date, rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history in the year 1968, where this drummer was born from this group, which was really big in the 90s. Every morning there's a halo hanging from the corner of my girlfriend's 4-post bed. This is classic 90s right here. Sugar Ray, the name of the song is Every Morning. Stan Fraser's the drummer's name from Sugar Ray. This one a top 10 single for Sugar Ray in 1999 called Every Morning. Sugar Ray, Stan Fraser, born on this date, 1968. Sugar Ray's actually coming to Iroquois Amphitheater in Louisville. Dusty talked about Iroquois Amphitheater yesterday. Sugar Ray coming there July 29th. It was on this date, rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history. 1 year after Stan Fraser was born in 68, we advanced to 1969, where this group went #1 on the UK singles charts with their 16th #1 single. The Beatles and Get Back, credited as the Beatles with Billy Preston, because Billy Preston just showed up to their Abbey Road studios there when they were recording this album, the Let It Be album, and they said, hey, We're trying to record this album live. You're a pretty good keyboard player. Will you play the keys for us? Billy Preston, it's all in the documentary. He's like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. So Billy Preston's on a lot of these songs playing keyboard. It was the Beatles' only single that credited another artist. Get Back was also the Beatles' first single released in true stereo in the U.S. On this date, 1969, the Billy Prestons, the Beatles with Billy Preston, went number one with Get Back, their 16th number one.
Get back, back to where you once belong. Get back, back to where you once belong.
Get back, Joe! And it was on this day, 1977, where this artist went number one on the U.S. singles charts with this one. This is Thelma Houston, and her song, Don't Leave Me This Way, was the number one on the U.S. charts, number 13 on the U.K. charts. There you go. Thelma Houston, the Beatles, Stan Frazier, and Steve Clark have made their mark on this date, April the 23rd, in rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history.
One, two, three. Oh, hi, Jenny here. Just counting all the dollars I saved at my local Big Deals online store. What? You haven't saved yet? Get on it. You'll love the great selection of gift certificates at discount prices. They make great gifts, too. And you can shop right from your phone. Nothing satisfies like counting all those savings. Now let me get back to it. 6, 7, 8.
Go to hometownlive.net to shop and save at the Big Deals online store. You can also find links to download the free Big Deals Media app for your phone. Works on Apple and Android cells. Shop quickly and access all your mobile Big Deal certificates easily for redemption. You can also easily send a mobile certificate to someone else to use via email. Check it out and join the thousands that save with Big Deal certificates to local businesses.
Shop and save with Big Deals at hometownlive.net. That's hometownlive.net.
You gotta go with Graceland. Graceland Air.
Graceland Air, a local HVAC company, offers a wide range of services and provides each customer with an effective and long-term solution in both heating and air conditioning repair. They're committed to excellence in every aspect, exceptional quality of service, high standard of integrity. You are the basis of their business, and they service all brands. Go online to Graceland-KY.com for more information.
You gotta go with Graceland. Graceland Air.
At Monticello Bank, helping your business thrive is our business. We offer a variety of products designed to make banking easier. Whether your company is large or small, you can count on us to provide accounts, loans, and other services built around the way you do business, including e-deposit, our remote deposit capture system, and merchant processing. Speak with one of our representatives and let us help you solve your business financial needs today. Monticello Bank, where people matter. Member FDIC. On the Danville Bypass.
Listen to us on your smart speaker. Just ask to play our call letters. WHIR.
$8:57 in the morning, 859-238 WHIR. Today would have been the 100 and something or another. No, wait a minute. 200 something or another birthday of James Buchanan, our 15th president of the United States. So let's celebrate little James Buchanan birthday. What's going on with James Buchanan on what would have been his birthday today? There we go. All right, James Buchanan, did you know, was the only U.S. president who never got married? Lived the bachelor life. It was his niece who served as his first lady. Her name was Harriet Lane. who served as his first lady. He was actually engaged to a woman named Ann Coleman, but in 1819, after a fight, she said, "I want to marry you." And James Buchanan stayed single after that. Again, she did have a first lady. Harriet Lane was her name. Began his professional career as a lawyer, but decided to volunteer for a company of dragoons to fight in the War of 1812. So he did fight in war. James Buchanan did. He was involved in the March on Baltimore, was honorably discharged after the war, and he was seen as a key diplomat by a number of presidents. Andrew Jackson rewarded James Buchanan's loyalty by making him the minister to Russia in 1831. He also was a U.S. Senator of Pennsylvania from 1834 to 1845, Secretary of State under former President Polk in 1845 as well. There you go, James Buchanan facts for you. On what would have been like the 200-and-something or another birthday of James Buchanan, everyone's favorite president, the 15th of the United States. All right, there you go. Hey, today's World Book Day. Happy World Book Day. The UN made this an official holiday in 1995. 1995. It's April the 23rd. They celebrate this every April 23rd because William Shakespeare died on 409 years ago on this date in 1616. He was either 51 or 52 when he passed. We don't really know how old he was. Wasn't too old, but he died on this date in 1616. So the question is, what was the last book that you read? If you can't remember, you are not alone. A poll found that 2/3 of Americans haven't read a book in at least a year. Y'all need to go visit the library. And y'all includes me, because I am in that 2/3 who have not read a book in the last year. 9 o'clock in the morning, top hour news is now.
This is the talk of the town, AM 1230, and now on FM 103.9, WHIR Danville, powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
It's 9 o'clock.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. The body of Pope Francis is now lying in state at the Vatican. The 88-year-old Pope died Monday in Vatican City after suffering a stroke. About 20,000 people filled St. Peter's Square to witness his body being carried to St. Peter's Basilica, where he'll lie in state for 3 days before his funeral on Saturday. The Trump administration is collecting private medical records from both federal and commercial databases for Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s new autism study. The director of the National Institutes of Health confirmed the move this week and said the study will include medication records from pharmacy chains, smartwatches, and fitness trackers. Thousands are fleeing from their homes in southern New Jersey ahead of a raging wildfire. Sam Brock is in Lacey Township, New Jersey.
This morning, southern New Jersey in a major firefight, trying to contain an increasingly dangerous and out-of-control wildfire.
I feel the heat on my face.
The flames burning near several roads in the area. Thick black smoke billowing from Ocean County, New Jersey. The state's Forest Fire Service deploying air tankers and helicopters over a large wildlife management area to help fight the flames from above.
The south flank is really picking up.
The Jones Road wildfire has destroyed about 8,500 acres and is only 10% contained. President Trump says undocumented immigrants should be deported without trials. Demi Trujillo with more.
Trump spoke to reporters in the Oval Office on Tuesday and claimed that countries like Venezuela and the Congo had emptied their prisons into the United States and that giving these immigrants trials would slow down the deportation process. On Saturday, the U.S. Supreme Court ordered the Trump administration to pause the deportation of Venezuelans who are accused of being gang members so the judicial system can afford them due process.
Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
DEA keep our communities safe and healthy by participating in National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day, Saturday, April 26th. Take action right in your own home by cleaning out your medicine cabinet of unneeded medications. Keep them safe, clean them out, take them back. Find a collection site near you at DEATakeback.com. Do your part to lower overdose deaths and prevent prescription drug misuse before it starts. That's DEATakeback.com.
Do you have an invention idea but don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp today. We have representatives nationwide who will explain the InventHelp process step by step. Over 10,000 patents have been secured through InventHelp's patent referral services. The InventHelp Data Bank includes thousands of companies who have agreed to review new ideas. We've been helping inventors since 1984. Let's help you next. Get started today.
Call us for free information at 1-800-558-5497. Again, 1-800-558-5497.
Lori Vallow Daybell has been found guilty in her murder conspiracy trial in Phoenix, Arizona. More from Mark Mayfield.
The so-called Doomsday Mom conspired to kill her fourth husband in 2019 with the help of her brother. Vallow Daybell was already convicted in Idaho in 2023 of murdering her two young children and conspiring to murder husband Chad Daybell's first wife. Her friends told prosecutors that she embraces fringe apocalyptic beliefs. I'm Mark Mayfield.
Officials with the Port of Long Beach in California are expecting a roughly 40% drop in cargo traffic due to President Trump's tariffs. More from Daniel Martindale.
Port of Long Beach CEO Mario Cordero says a 44% decline in vessel calls is expected for the week beginning May 4th. That is compared to the same time last year. The Port of Los Angeles is also expecting a significant decline in cargo. The majority of the goods imported to Southern California and handled by the ports come from China. President Trump has imposed tariffs of up to 145% on China. I'm Daniel Martindale.
Elon Musk says he'll soon be spending a lot less time at Doge.
Starting probably in next month, May, my time allocation to Doge will drop significantly.
The Tesla CEO made the comments during his company's earnings call Tuesday. He added he'll spend a day or two per week working with the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE initiative, for as long as President Trump would like him to. This, as Tesla says, its first quarter financial numbers missed expectations, with automotive revenue dropping 20%. It fell to $14 billion from nearly $17.5 billion in the same period last year. Tesla stock has tumbled 41% this year. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Your morning cup of Sean. This is the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
That is the definition of dark woke. What does it really mean? What does all this mean? Is they don't have a clue. They don't have the courage either to stand up and have an introspective moment and to have a course correction that understands that this country voted for dramatic, drastic change. America wants their borders secure. America wants criminals deported. America wants illegals deported. These are 70-30, 80-20 issues. America wants to eliminate waste, fraud, abuse, and corruption. They call it a constitutional crisis.
The conservative underground meets later today on the Sean Hannity Show.
Warning! Inflation is back on the rise. The national debt is spiraling out of control. The stock market has been at an all-time high, and wars continue to rage across the globe. Experts are predicting a massive economic crash for 2025, and you should be ready. Will you sit on the sidelines and wait, or will you take action today to help protect your hard-earned retirement savings? Right now, you can get a free gold and silver kit from the top-rated precious metals company, Goldco, where you'll learn why tens of thousands of hardworking Americans and even the world's central banks are turning to precious metals to help protect and diversify their money. Get your free gold and silver kit from Goldco by visiting HannityGold.com or calling 855-815-GOLD. You could even receive up to a 10% instant match on bonus silver for qualified accounts. Don't let your financial future slip through your fingers. Learn why so many Americans are diversifying with gold and silver today. Visit HannityGold.com or call 855-815-GOLD.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED, because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, HIMS can help. Through HIMS.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs, with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but HIMS can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
Good morning to you. It's Wednesday. It's the 23rd day of April. It's sunny. 78 is the high. A great day to have a high school baseball game, which we've got later on tonight as Danville visits the brand new Garrett County Golden Lion baseball field. Forecast is coming your way. News comes up here now. And then we talk with new Boyle basketball coach Jamie Todd right after that.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update.
The City of Danville Cemetery Committee continues to look at potential updated rules and regulations, and now they want the public's opinion. The Danville Cemetery rules and regulations are in place to maintain a clean, safe, and reverent space for remembrance. But since they were drafted and adopted in 2006, both Hilldale Cemetery and Bellevue Cemetery have significantly grown. The biggest potential change would revolve around the grandfather rule. According to the 2006 regulations that were passed, any ground decorations, including benches, statues, or shepherd's hooks, many of the ground decorations present in the cemeteries were permitted due to the grandfather exception. These new updated rules would remove the grandfather rule, meaning that all decorations must be affixed to the monument and headstone. That would do away with certain noteworthy statues and monuments in the Bellevue Cemetery. Other changes would pertain to the date and length of time that decorations or artificial arrangements may be displayed on special occasions. All flower beds would no longer be permitted as they pose challenges to ground maintenance, and the holiday burial schedule would align with city holidays. You can see the updated regulations on the City of Danville website. That's danvilleky.org, and you can voice your opinion on them either on the website or by calling 238-1200. The 90-day public comment period will end on July the 10th. Even Riddell Health is sponsoring a free health screening at Junction City First Baptist Church a week from today. That will include cholesterol, A1C, blood pressure, body composition, take-home colorectal cancer screening kits for those over the age of 45, and mental health screenings. Walk-ins are welcome, but appointments are encouraged. Call 859-239-5576 to schedule your appointment. It's spring, and the City of Danville has two events coming up later this month. First is April 26th, where the city will give away compost from the city farm on Old Stanford Road. That'll go on this Saturday from 7 until 3. Then 2 days later is the start of the bulk item trash pickup week, where you can set your items on the curb that are too big for your normal trash container. That'll be during your regular scheduled trash pickup week, April 28th through May 2nd in Danville. Mercer County's bulk item pickup week will be the following week, beginning on May 5th and going through May the 9th. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
All right, Jack, appreciate that, buddy. It's brought to you by our friends hanging out over at Danville Auto Body Shop. Top-of-the-line collision auto body repair. Head to the mechanics at Danville Auto Body Shop, 315 Delahaye. Get a free estimate any work of their insurance company fixing water leaks, window motor repairs, hail damage, and doing paintless dent repair at Danville Auto Body Shop. Sunshine, high today 78, low tonight of 58. Great day for outdoor activities. We'll be, of course, in Garrett County tonight doing the Danville at Garrett baseball game. We'll have that 6 o'clock first pitch on Z105 tonight. Tomorrow, chance of rain showers and thunderstorms, a high of 76. Friday, rain shower chances, 74. Saturday, cloudy and 70. Sunny on Sunday and 72. Right now, it's 9:11 in the morning. It is 57 degrees, and we are so happy to have on the show this morning new Boyle County boys basketball coach, Jamie Todd. Good morning, Coach. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great, Coach. I appreciate you being on here this morning with us and introducing yourself to our listening audience. We here at the Hometown Radio Network do all the Boyle County girls and boys basketball play-by-play, so we'll be getting to know you a lot more and better in the future, but wanted to get you on here, Coach, to kind of talk to our listening audience about who you are and what you see in this Boyle County boys basketball job. So we'll start off, Coach, with question number 1. Give us the Jamie Todd background biography story, Coach. Tell us about yourself and introduce yourself to our listening audience.
Well, Joe, I appreciate you having me on this morning. It's an honor and a privilege to be named the basketball coach at a school with such a rich history and a town that's just known for winning. I mean, title town is the reputation. So I really appreciate you having me this morning. My coaching career kind of started off in my college days, I went to Asbury University to play basketball, and after my freshman year, I had 4 knee surgeries, and I kind of got into coaching that way. So I'm really grateful to a lot of people in my life. Coach Schaus at Asbury University has always been a great friend and mentor for me personally. He let me be on the coaching staff there after I went through my different injuries, and I got to start coaching from there, and honestly, I just fell in love with it. I love seeing the development of players. I love seeing guys mature and grow into great young men, and that's really what I want to help guys do here at Bull County High School. I really want to invest in the community and just give the people of Danville something to be happy and be proud of.
Coach, you played and I think graduated from Rockcastle County High School. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So did you ever play Boyle County? I'm sure you did in your playing days.
Yes, I did. Quite a few times, actually, in football and basketball.
Okay, so you're a double sport guy then, football and basketball?
Yes.
There you go. Coach, obviously during every offseason there are multiple job openings that come open across the state, right? And so what was it about the Boyle County job that attracted you to it to want to apply and go for the head coaching job at Boyle County?
I just know the school culture is built on winning. I know they have a culture of excellence at the school in everything they do. I know it starts with their academics, and everybody knows how great the football team is always, and I think that just flows into every aspect of the school. And just meeting with the administration and, the boosters and different things, I just knew it was the right fit for me because they care. Winning matters to them, but beyond that, they want to create people and students that are successful in their lives. And that's something I'm always big on, is building those relationships and helping guys just become successful at whatever career that they want to do later in life.
With new Boyle County boys basketball coach Jamie Todd. Coach, when you look at the Boyle County roster specifically that you'll have next year in the, I guess it'll be 2025-26 season, have you been able to watch much film from games? Do you know much about returning pieces, and what excites you about that regard?
I've seen a little bit of the guys. I'm supposed to meet more with some players tomorrow, but the thing that really excites me is, Boyle County's always known in basketball, just like they are in other sports, of playing with toughness, playing with grit, and that's something I want to keep stressing is, sometimes you're just not going to make shots, but we're going to play hard. We're going to have focus on defense. We're going to use what we have, and we're going to try to build off that and do something special.
When we talk about Jamie Todd as a as a head coach, what can fans expect to see out of your offensive philosophy and your defensive philosophy? What kind of how do you coach? We'll start offensive first. What do you want to see out of your Boyle County offense, and how do you coach that?
Well, I'm a players first kind of guy, so I really want to stress confidence in my players. I want to let them know that the reps we've done in practice and the things we've went over and tried to really hit home on in practice, I want those to correlate to a game. So when they get into a game situation, I want them to have the confidence of, hey, I'm open, I'm going to shoot this, I'm going to make it, or, I can make this pass, I can make this move because I've had so many reps of doing it in practice. And I'm a big believer in, if you make practice hard, the games are easy for you. I want my guys to have fun, you only get to be in high school once. So I want the guys to get out there. I want them to have fun, but winning is fun. So as much as I stress, confidence and playing with a purpose, I want the guys to have fun, but also we're going to win.
Yeah.
That's my goal. I'm a winner, and that's what I really want to hit home to these guys. And it's more about teaching guys life lessons also. There's a lot in basketball that can teach you about life. Sometimes life's going to hit you. It's kind of like, you see all these movies. When I was younger, I have a little brother that's 10 years younger than me. He ain't so little. He's bigger than me. But he used to watch these Rocky movies all the time. And one of our favorite quotes my family says all the time is life's going to hit you hard, but life ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can keep hit or get hit and keep going.
Yeah.
And that's something, that I want to stress to my team, that, the shots may not be falling, but we're going to still have that confidence of, we're going to play hard, we're going to do things the right way, And I think if you do things the right way, good things happen for you.
Coach, defensively, are you man, are you zone, are you full court press, half court trap, all of the above? What do you want to see out of your Boyle County defense, and how will you coach that?
Well, not to give you a generic answer, but I really think you've got to adjust based on the team you have. But I'm not a big zone guy. I mean, I'll play it if you have to, and there's different scenarios where it's the right move. I love playing man-to-man. I love aggressive defense. I love pressuring the ball. I love being in your face. I love the aggressive nature for defense. I think you either take it to the other team or they take it to you.
Mm-hmm.
So I really want to be the guy that has some pressure.
When you look at, you'd mentioned a couple of coaches who have helped you along the way. When you look at coaches in the college and even the NBA ranks, are there guys that you see the way they coach, in-game adjustments, things like that, and maybe you try to model yourself after, or you even look at them and say, goodness, if I could even get half of what that guy has, or if I can mimic what that guy does on the sidelines, we're going to be successful. Is there a coach that you try to mimic after, or you really enjoy watching coach?
I'm going to be honest, there's a lot of them. You know, I've had great coaches in my life, like Coach Schaus. You know, I just worked with Austin Newton for quite a few years at Berea College, and they're great guys. They've been a great help to me. But if I was watching a college game, you know, obviously I love Mark Pope. I love Rick Pitino and the things he does. So I like a good mixture of those, of like a Mark Pope, Rick Pitino. I love the way I don't like the Florida Gators, and I'm sorry if there's Florida fans listening.
No, that's fine. We can dislike them together.
But Todd Golden, man, the Florida Gators head coach, is one of the best in-game adjusters I've ever seen. So the way he can take his team, like I don't know how many times he was down this season or in the NCAA tournament, and he went in and made halftime adjustments, and he came out, his team was just different. They did whatever they needed to win. So I think that's something I'm learning as a coach is, hey, if we're doing something and it's not working, let's change it. Let's figure out what we need to do to win this game.
Yeah, like you said, you don't like maybe doing certain things specifically, but if you got to do that certain thing to win, you're going to make sure you all execute that and get it done. Coach, this is your first high school head coaching gig, and you get the Boyle County job, and we can be honest about the 45th District. It is a tough district. Obviously, right down the road, you got DCA that won the 12th Region Championship this year and went to the Sweet 16. You got Lincoln County that's always a formidable opponent of Boyle County. You got Garrett County, young, good head coach in Casey McCray there. Tristan Ford at Danville, his alma mater, doing great things too. So you kind of get thrown into a really tough district. What do you see out of the 45th District, Coach, and how tough that is?
I know some of these guys that coach at these different places, and they're top-notch, man. All these programs are on the rise, and I'm just excited to get the chance to come into such a great district and compete. I coached against the guy from Casey County, or the guy from Garrett County in college a few times, Casey McGray. I coached against him when he was I believe he was at Center College. He's a good dude. I think I played against him too some. so I know these guys, and it's really cool being in the 12th region because I played in the 12th region. I've been to these places numerous times, and they all have really good teams. So I think it'll be a fun year. I'm excited to get going and see what we can do in this 45th District.
Yeah, with Boyle County basketball coach Jamie Todd named the new head coach yesterday by Boyle County Schools. There is a meet and greet, Coach, with you at 5 o'clock Thursday in the school cafeteria. So you'll get you shake hands and meet all the Boyle County fans, and I'm sure you're excited about that.
Yes, sir, I definitely am. I'm excited because I think involving the community and giving them something that they can get behind, giving them something to be proud of. Not that they don't already, but giving them a basketball program where they know that, hey, I want this to be about us all, not just me as an individual. I want this to be about the community of Danville and Boyle County and how we can all be successful together. I'm excited for that. I think it'll be a fun time.
Now, I know different coaches have different schedules. When can we and Boyle County students expect to see you in the school? Are you teaching at Boyle County High School? And when are you going to officially start, I guess, your coaching gig there at Boyle County?
we haven't completely worked out all the details yet because I'm currently a teacher here at Rock Castle at the moment.
Okay.
I'm not real sure what our plans are, but I think we're getting together here to discuss and finalize some plans moving forward.
Coach, last question for you. What are you most excited about as you start this new gig, this new journey in life at Boyle County High School? What excites you the most about the Rebels?
I'm just excited that, and really grateful, honestly, that Boyle County has decided to take a chance on me and let me get going here. I mean, I'm excited to coach these young men and just help them just become better young men is my goal. I want to win games, but I'm really excited about the chance here to land my first head coaching job and just see what we can do. I want to make some noise in that 45th district, and I want to hopefully my goal is to win that 12th region and get to Rupp Arena in the Sweet 16, and I don't see why we can't start that here soon. So I'm excited to get going here. I know it's probably hard to tell, but I'm a guy of a lot of energy and a lot of passion. So I'm just really excited to have the opportunity, and again, really grateful to a lot of different people.
There you go. That's the new Boyle County boys basketball coach, Jamie Todd, named head coach by Boyle County Schools yesterday. He'll take over the reins of this Rebel team. And as Coach Todd said, goals obviously to create and help mold these young boys, young men into men as they graduate high school, but win that region championship as well and get to the Sweet 16 at Rupp Arena. Coach, we are so glad to have you in the area. And I know I texted you yesterday a little bit, but we do all the play-by-play here, so we'll be talking to you quite a bit during the season. We'll do weekly interviews with you, and I'm sure we'll talk a couple of times before the season even begins. Coach Jamie Todd, Coach, appreciate you being on and look forward to working with you, okay?
I appreciate you having me.
Yes, sir, Coach.
With you also.
You too. Bye. That's Boyle County boys basketball coach Jamie Todd, named the new head coach of Boyle County High School. 2010 Rockcastle County High School graduate. He has spent time as an assistant coach at Asbury and is currently the lead assistant coach at Berea College. But you heard him say he's also a teacher at Rockcastle County High School right now. So working on details of how he exits the Rockcastle County job and then moves into the Boyle County job. If you want to meet Coach Todd, 5 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow at the Boyle County High School cafeteria. You can have a meet and greet with Coach Todd. His wife and I'm sure his daughter will be there, as well as young daughter and his wife. And so you can meet the whole Todd family and welcome them into Boyle County High School. It's 9:26 in the morning. We'll step aside. We'll come back and finish up this 9 o'clock in the morning hour here in the Joe Show. Bottom hour news is about 4 minutes away.
It's Wednesday, and you know what that means. It's Lee's Famous Recipes 3-Piece Special Day. You get 3 pieces of famous or crispy chicken or famous strips, your choice of 2 sides, and a buttermilk biscuit, all just $8.26 tax included. A savings of almost $2. Catch the Danville Special, a piece of their famous fish, chicken strip, a side of your choice, and buttermilk biscuit for one low price. Lee's caters at 859-236-8777. The best value every Wednesday is a 3-piece chicken dinner for only $8.26. Lee's Famous Recipe in Danville on South 4th.
Sutton Pharmacy, friendly service from people you know. Generations of serving our community, immunizations, prescriptions, and so much more. Helpful people, free local delivery, mobile app refills right to your door. Visit SuttonRx.com. Sutton Pharmacy, friendly service from people you know.
In Lancaster on Maple Avenue.
Lawson's Tractor 2, your local Kubota equipment dealer, wants to help you deliver a job done right. That's why they want you to know that the new Kubota inventory is arriving daily. You have work to do. They have the reliability and durability and versatile lineup to help you do it all. Visit Lawson's Tractor 2 today for all your equipment needs. Lawson's Tractor 2, 4 miles south of Danville on Highway 127, open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday, 8 to noon. Lawson's Tractor 2.
Now available at Farmers National Bank, free checking and a free gift. Simply open a new Farmers National Bank personal or business checking account and receive a free gift. Minimum required deposit is only $50. We make the process fast and easy. Call 866-888-0220 or stop into one of our 12 convenient locations. Farmers National Bank, with locations in Danville, Bergen, Harrodsburg, Junction City, Lancaster, Perryville, Stanford, Liberty, and Middleburg. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Going out of town or anywhere in the world? Stay in touch with WHIR on the internet at hometownlive.net. Powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
There we go. Hey, good conversation with Coach Jamie Todd. Excited to see what he brings. Young guy, 2010 Rockcastle County High School graduate. And he's going to bring some fire, energy, and passion. And you can tell he loves the game of basketball. And excited to see what he brings to the table. Again, tomorrow, 5 o'clock in the afternoon / early evening, whatever you consider 5 o'clock. Bullitt County High School cafeteria, meet and greet with Coach Jamie Todd. Hey, the Caring Friends is a ministry for widows and widowers through the South District Baptist Association. We're going to be meeting... We're going to be. I'm not part of. I'm not a widow or widower, thankfully. Yet I'm not, thankfully. But they will be meeting on Sunday, April 27th, and they want to invite you, if you are a widow or a widower, to the Caring Friends ministry at Junction City First Baptist Church. They meet at different churches in the South District Baptist Association, and Junction City First Baptist Church is where the meeting is. It'll be this Sunday, 12:30 in the afternoon. Lunch is going to be provided, and local realtor Marcia Case is going to be the guest speaker. She has some advertisements on the radio, too, so kind of making this come full circle now. Marcia Case. She'll be speaking there. They'll be doing songs, and there'll be door prizes, gift bags, and then Marcia Case is going to speak there. Caring Friends, Hope and Help, meeting this Sunday, April 27th, Junction City First Baptist Church. And they invite you, if you are a widow or widower, to that event in that ministry. All right, coming up at 9:30, bottom hour news here on The Joe Show. We'll have that, and we got, 30 more minutes. We'll talk about something. We'll find topics to talk about. That'll be coming up next here on The Joe Show. WHIR Danville News Talk Sports.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
For you Lexington commuters, you'll have to avoid a downtown street starting next week. City officials announced construction will start on West Maxwell Street from Oliver Lewis Way to South Broadway on April 28th. The stretch will be closed on weekdays from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. until the late fall. Residents can still access homes and businesses, but parking will be unavailable. The street will reopen for major events like graduation ceremonies for UK and Fayette County High School students. Kentucky State Police charging a 25-year-old man with felony child sexual exploitation crimes. Austin Gray Owens facing 20 counts of possessing matter portraying a minor under the age of 12 in a sexual performance. Authorities found that Owens also allegedly uploaded explicit images of juveniles to social media. He's held in the Three Forks Regional Jail while authorities continue their investigation. Meantime, Kentucky State Police arresting a man for a fatal car crash in Russell County Sunday. David King faces a slew of charges, including vehicular homicide under the influence of alcohol and first-degree assault after causing the accident that killed a 14-year-old and injured 2 other children. The 31-year-old admitted to drinking roughly 30 beers in the 5 hours before the crash and had a .130 blood alcohol concentration when he took a breathalyzer test. King is held at the Russell County Detention Center. And at Churchill Downs on Tuesday, that's the sound of likely Kentucky Derby favorite arriving in Louisville after a long trip from California. That's journalism, and he was welcomed to the track by a lot of cameras. Trained by Michael McCarthy, journalism has won 4 races in 5 career starts, including the Santa Anita Derby. I'm Lee Mowen.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
What makes Whitaker Bank uniquely Kentucky? With a wide range of products and services, we are here to provide you friendly, expert service for all of your banking needs. This is Rita McIntyre for Boyle, Garrett, and Mercer counties. As part of your community, we are committed to building solid, long-term relationships. Call me at 859-733-4963. Let us show you what uniquely Kentucky means. Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Planning a wedding? Paying for a wedding? Attending a wedding? Hi, this is Pim Pfister Clark with Wedding Planning with Pim, inviting you to join us Monday through Friday after the 8:30 morning news on WHIR AM 1230. I'll give you sound wedding planning advice and money-saving tips, information you need, and you'll get it all right here at your favorite radio station, WHIR AM 1230.
The Irvin Real Estate Group has joined forces with Weichert Realtors Ford Brothers and is here to serve you for all your real estate needs with real estate offices now in 6 central and southeastern Kentucky locations. Whether you're looking to sell or buy a home, farm, or commercial property, remember Weichert Realtors Ford Brothers. Weichert Realtors Ford Brothers, give us a call at 859-792-2611. Weichert Realtors Ford Brothers. Weichert works.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update.
The City of Danville Cemetery Committee continues to look at potential updated rules and regulations, and now they want the public's opinion. The Danville Cemetery rules and regulations are in place to maintain a clean, safe, and reverent space for remembrance. But since they were drafted and adopted in 2006, both Hilldale Cemetery and Bellevue Cemetery have significantly grown. The biggest potential change would revolve around the grandfather rule. According to the 2006 regulations that were passed, any ground decorations, including benches, statues, or shepherd's hooks, many of the ground decorations present in the cemeteries were permitted due to the grandfather exception. These new updated rules would remove the grandfather rule, meaning that all decorations must be affixed to the monument and headstone. That would do away with certain noteworthy statues and monuments in the Bellevue Cemetery. Other changes would pertain to the date and length of time that decorations or artificial arrangements may be displayed on special occasions. All flower beds would no longer be permitted as they pose challenges to ground maintenance, and the holiday burial schedule would align with city holidays. You can see the updated regulations on the City of Danville website. That's danvilleky.org, and you can voice your opinion on them either on the website or by calling 238-1200. The 90-day public comment period will end on July the 10th. Even Medell Health is sponsoring a free health screening at Junction City First Baptist Church a week from today. That will include cholesterol, A1C, blood pressure, body composition, take-home colorectal cancer screening kits for those over the age of 45, and mental health screenings. Walk-ins are welcome, but appointments are encouraged. Call 859-239-5576 to schedule your appointment. It's spring, and the City of Danville has 2 events coming up later this month. First is April 26th, where the city will give away compost from the city farm on Old Stanford Road. That'll go on this Saturday from 7 until 3. Then 2 days later is the start of the bulk item trash pickup week, where you can set your items on the curb that are too big for your normal trash container. That'll be during your regular scheduled trash pickup week, April 28th through May 2nd in Danville. Mercer County's bulk item pickup week will be the following week, beginning on May 5th and going through May the 9th. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
Danville Dealmaker, Bob Allen.
Together, let's drive at Bob Allen Chevrolet. Purchase a new 25 Chevy Equinox LT for as low as $25,998. Stock M25269. Several in stock to choose from. Must have qualified trades. Bob Allen Chevrolet, located on Maple Avenue in Danville, or shop online anytime at BobAllenMotorMall.com. We are Danville's deal maker.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
All right, Jack, and I appreciate that, old buddy. Brought to you by our friends hanging out over at Jugster and Reitmeyer Insurance, your local independent insurance agency. Proudly representing the Auto Owners Insurance Company. Ask if auto owners make sense for you. Call Mark or Chris for a free quote. 859-236-6686. Sunshine and 78's the high. We'll be in Lancaster tonight at the new Garrett County Baseball Field. Excited to see this thing. I've not been there yet. Actually, I was watching a clip. Lincoln and Garrett baseball played last week. I was not at that game. I was doing the Boyle Danville game that night because the district opponents play each other the same night, so I can't be two places at once. I got to pick a place. So I was at Danville Boyle. But I saw replays of Lincoln and Garrett. That was the game Lincoln won at Garrett. And I was watching the replay and saw a Lincoln County player hit a home run. And I thought, where in the world are they playing this game at? Like, I didn't recognize the field. That's not Lincoln County's field. I was just at Lincoln County a couple of months ago. So did they build a new field at Lincoln County? What's going on here? Then I remember, wait a minute. Garrett County's got a new baseball field. And looks great. So we're excited to see that tonight. That'll be on Z105. Good weather for that. Weather does get interesting next couple of days. Thursday, scattered showers. Not going to be heavy, but just kind of scattered in here off and on. More heavy rain on Friday, and then Saturday mostly cloudy and a high of 70. Right now it's 59 degrees on this Wednesday, the 23rd day of April. 859-238-9447 is the phone number to call in this morning. 238-WHIR. So glad to have you on the Joe Show this morning. I was looking at this. Generational squabbling, so to say. Baby boomers versus Gen Zers. And I think oftentimes that I think that there's good cause and good case on both sides for generational squabbling. I think sometimes that maybe the older generation thinks more highly of themselves than they should, like in terms of common skills they don't think that Gen Zers have. And oftentimes Gen Zers may not have those common skills. So there's probably some credence to what baby boomers say. But at the same time, I also know baby boomers who can't even turn their TV on. They can't figure out the remote control, right? So there are things that Gen Zers do that baby boomers also can't do. But we're going to look at it from the perspective of baby boomers and how shocked that they are, or that they perceive Gen Zers can't do these skills. How shocked they are Gen Zers can't do these skills, or how they perceive Gen Zers can't. A website has put out yet another list of common skills, quote unquote, that baby boomers are shocked that Gen Zers don't know how to do. And so we're going to go over those. The top 10 shocking, quote unquote, common skills that baby boomers are shocked to know that Gen Zers can't do. It's the focus of this morning's Top 10 Countdown. Here we go. Top 10 Countdown. All right, here we go. Top 10 Countdown. So again, a website has put out a top 10 list of common skills that baby boomers either don't think Gen Zers can do. They may either have a misconception they can't, or maybe Gen Zers in common can't, and they're shocked that they can't do these things. Starting off with number 10.
Number 10.
How to write a check, which is becoming a dying art, because you don't really have to write checks now. Everything is just auto-deducted from your account. I remember I was still writing a check to City of Danville for my water bill. And one of my friends was like, what are you, 70 years old? Why don't you just have it auto-drafted out of your account? Who writes checks nowadays? He's kind of right. And I changed, and now it's auto-drafted out of my account. Write a check. How to do that? Number 10. I do assume that probably a lot of younger people don't know how to write a check. That's number 10.
Number 9.
How to do quote-unquote basic handyman skills. Now, this is what they call basic handyman skills, and I got a problem with some of these. Simple outlet replacement. There ain't no such thing as a simple outlet replacement. You want me to replace the cover of the outlet? Easy. But I'm not an electrician. I'm not going to risk myself to fix an outlet. I'm going to call someone who knows how to wire outlets together. What's a simple outlet replacement? That doesn't exist. You got to have some sort of knowledge with electricity. And you know what? I ain't going to risk dying to replace my outlet myself, number one. Number two, I've already had a house fire. I don't trust myself wiring stuff together, not burning the entire place down. Changing a light fixture, it says on here, too. I'm going to change a light fixture. That's under the same thing as simple outlet replacement. If you expect me to turn the power off to the house and start rewiring things, you are sadly mistaken. That's not happening. Now, installing a shelf on the wall is easy, because I ain't going to burn the house down or kill myself doing that. I can install a shelf on the wall. That, to me, is a basic handyman skill. But electric work is not a basic handyman skill. That's something people go to school for to learn how to do. All right, that's number 9, basic handyman skills. Let's get to number 8.
Number 8.
Number 8's how to cook. Okay, I don't know if that's not a Gen Zer thing they know or don't know. I know plenty of young people that can cook. I know plenty of old people that can cook. I do know that older people can cook better. I'm going to go with my mom's cooking, or I would go with my late grandmother's cooking any day of the week, because they've done it more. They know what they're doing. They don't even have to follow recipes. They're just doing it. How to cook, number 8.
Number 7.
I got a problem with number 7, too. How to mend clothes and sew on buttons. Rebecca can sew, and she's young. I don't know if we consider Rebecca Gen Z or not. I don't know what year Gen Z starts. But I also believe that not every baby boomer can mend clothes and sew on buttons. I think in a day and time where we were more likely to have housewives staying at home, that maybe more female baby boomers can do that. But you can't tell me across the board blanket statement that baby boomers know how to sew on clothes. If you're asking me, maybe the females do, the men probably not so much. And you can't tell me that handing your clothes to the lady to mend clothes and sew on buttons means you can do it. Because you can't. That's number 7 in our top 10 countdown. Top 10 things that baby boomers are shocked that Gen Zers can't do.
Number 6.
Number 6, how to type on an actual keyboard. Do Gen Zers not know how to do that? I mean, this is like the computer generation, for crying out loud, right? Like, they know how to type on a keyboard. Maybe not like on a typewriter, but we ain't using typewriters anymore. We're using keyboards in general, connected to computers. Of course they know how to type on a keyboard. That seems like that's out of place. That's number 6, our top 10 things that Gen Zers apparently don't know how to do that baby boomers do. And I've already got multiple problems with this list, and we're only 4 of them in.
Number 5.
Number 5 is how to count correct change. That's an interesting thought, because now computers do it for you when you're in the checkout aisle. You don't have to know how to count change. So maybe there is some credence. There is a theory to that. Maybe young people know how to count change worse than older people. I don't know.
Number 4.
How to tell time on a clock with hands. There may be some good points to this, too. I remember talking with someone one time. She was my age. She didn't know how to read a clock. How do I read a clock? I need an electric clock, a digital timer to tell me what time it is. How to tell time the old-fashioned way on a clock with hands. That's number 4. Here's number 3.
Number 3.
How to unclog a toilet using a plunger. Is that really that hard of a skill? Gen Zers don't know how to unclog a toilet using a plunger, according to baby boomers. That's not something that you got to study. You just do it. I don't know if that's any truth to that or not. That's number 3.
Number 2.
Number 2, how to address a piece of mail. That may be true, too. Like you're sitting there with a blank envelope. Hand a blank envelope to someone that's younger and say, can you address this? What do you think the percentage is that person can? Interesting. And then number 1, the top 10 thing that baby boomers are shocked Gen Zers don't know how to do.
Number 1.
Number 1, and this may throw me too. Like if you were to put a map in front of me, say the internet's down, you don't have the GPS, get from point A to point B using a map. And I remember my dad breaking out the maps on family vacations back in the day. Going to Georgia, making sure he'd taken the right exits. I think I could figure it out. But it's not one of those things where I know I could, because I've never done it before. But if you're stranded, there's no network connection, and you got to get home, but you got a map. Can Gen Zers do it? That's a great, that may be the best point of them all. That's why it's number one on our top 10 countdown. Top 10 things that baby boomers are shocked that Gen Zers don't have these common skills. I got problems with some of them on the list. Some of them I'm okay with. It's 9:48 in the morning.
This is Caraway at Mattresses and More on Houstonville Road in Danville. If you are looking for new furniture or bedding, stop by and check us out. New items arriving weekly, and we sell off the floor. Buy it today and take it home today. We offer layaway and 12 months same as cash with approved credit.
Thank you, Caraway. Again, buy it today, take it home today. Living room suits, bedroom suits, dinette sets, recliners, and more. From Mattresses and More, Southland Plaza next to Ace Hardware.
Shannon Skimmerhorn. Actually, my maiden name is Fiedler. I'm from Harrisburg. I actually went with Welch Homes twice. Bought my second house, and I worked with Chrissy both times. My experience actually was very awesome. My sister had used her as well. It was actually a very good experience. Chrissy was pretty much available for me 24/7. She answered all my questions. She was always there. She definitely knows what she's doing, and she's definitely a great person and great company to work with. I absolutely would recommend Welch Homes 100%.
Fill your tummy in your tank at Papa's Quick Stop number 17, where convenience meets quality. Nestled on North Stewart's Lane, the former Bluegrass Truck Stop's now under new ownership and management, offering a fresh take for truck drivers and travelers. From juicy and crispy broaster chicken to delicious mouth-watering Hunt's Brothers Pizza. Available 24/7. Simply call 859-209-2400 for a speedy pickup. Premium quality diesels available for one truck or a fleet of trucks. Let Papa's Quick Stop be your perfect travel companion. Papa's Quick Stop number 17 in Danville, North Stewart's Lane looks forward to serving you.
Time out for sports this weekend with VSiN Sports Shows on WHIR AM 1230.
9:49 in the morning, 859-238-WHIR. Phone number to call in, 238-9447 if you want to be a part of the show. We got 10 minutes to go. All right, Dusty texted me. He was listening. He said, you can read a map. You've played Zelda. What a young person answer. I know how to take the Ocarina of Time back to Ganondorf or whatever. So I know how to read a map because I led Link and Zelda to the Promised Land. I'm not sure that that's the same thing as trying to get off of I-65 to Highway 34 or taking Scottsville Road down to Bowling Green off of this interstate. Again, I think I could because I would know what direction I'm going. So, like, I could understand, all right, I'm going east. I got to get off on this. I really do think I could do it. But I've never done it before is what I'm saying. So, like, I can't tell you I could 100% because I've never done it before. But I know, like, all right, if you're going east, you get off on this one. Let's read the map and get off on this one, and this will lead you to this city. Think I could do it. But I've never had to before. 859-238-WHIR is the phone number to call in. I saw something on the internet the other day that made me laugh. It was something along the lines of, when I was a teenager, I never thought that I would think as much about protein as I do in my mid-30s. And I 100% agree with that. I wasn't worried about protein back when I was 17 and 18 years old. Now I'm worrying when I sit down with my dinner plate, is there enough protein on this plate to keep me hungry, or are there few enough carbs to make sure that I don't spike my blood sugar or that it doesn't make me feel full immediately and then I get hungry an hour later or whatever it may be. Everyone is crazy about protein these days. Which I guess is better about being crazy about protein than it is being crazy about cake. Food social media filled with tips and tricks on how to pack your diet with protein. Some of them are legit, but this is absurd. People are apparently now snacking on wedges of Parmesan cheese. Parmesan Reggiano is known to be a high-protein cheese, more than 10 grams of protein per ounce. In one TikTok, there is a woman sitting in her car, unwrapping a full wedge of Parmesan, and the caption says, I'm over protein bars, switching to a full block of Parmesan, and she just bites off a chunk of cheese from this block of Parmesan. See, this is where I side with baby boomers. Sometimes young people can just be dumb. Experts say that Parmesan is a solid protein choice, but it's not real good for binge snacking because it has really high fat content and sodium levels. If you do add it to your diet, they suggest pairing that with fiber-rich foods for balance. You don't want to clog the pipes, so to say. You got to make sure you get fiber if you're nibbling on Parmesan cheese like a gerbil. There you go. That's the new way to pack a protein punch, is that you nibble on Parmesan cheese. And that apparently is the new TikTok trend. 859-238-WHIR. Phone number to call in. PRN's Garage Pass is coming your way right now.
We're just trying to cut one more week away from competing with football, but certainly is very hard on people.
I'm Mark Darrow, and this is PRN's Garage Pass.
From pads and rotors to shocks and struts, coming to a full stop should never mean your business does too. At Napa, we are the pros that know brakes and suspension better than anyone. So when others are grinding their gears, our premium parts and exceptional service deliver results. Whether you're operating a local shop or managing a national fleet, Napa has exactly what you need, when and where you need it. Get the brake and suspension parts you're looking for right now at Napa.
I certainly hope the NASCAR Cup Series drivers and their teams took full advantage during Easter of their week off, because they won't get another until after the season finale November 2nd. Denny Hamlin.
It's just generally a hard sport to be a part of because of the schedule and the tasks that we ask our people to do and how long we ask them to do it. And so it's really, really hard. You know, it's certainly not ideal, and I understand why we're doing it. We're just trying to cut one more week away from competing with football, but man, it certainly is very hard on people.
Agreeing with Hamlin, Eric Jones told us at Bristol the crew members deserve more time off than the drivers do.
We're in a situation where a lot of guys are hiring extra people to cycle guys off, to give them some off weeks here in this 28-week stretch. You know, we're fortunate as drivers, right? I mean, my family's here. Every guy on my crew, their families aren't here. And I know how hard it can be to be away, and to do that every week, it adds up.
The 15 nominees for the NASCAR Hall of Fame class of 2026 have been released. The two new additions, former champion and Daytona 500 winner Kurt Busch, and two-time Xfinity Series champion Randy LaJoie.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, because you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Celebrating Roger Penske's NASCAR and IndyCar championships, Joey Logano was part of the captain's contingent that recently paid a visit to the White House to meet with President Donald Trump.
You walk into the Oval Office and you just think, gosh, like all the things that have happened in that room. The stories that we don't know, right? We'll never know, but it's a pretty big thing to take a moment to let it soak in. So it's special that you had the opportunity. Our sport gives us the opportunity to experience something that not many people will ever get to do.
PRN's Garage Pass, not narrow-minded, Garrow-minded.
There you go. PRN's Garage Pass, Tuesdays through Fridays. It's not on Mondays. Tuesdays through Fridays at 6:45-ish, and oftentimes in the 9 o'clock in the morning hour as well. Hey, just when it seems like stores might be shying away from locking everything up because people were buying less, like you may buy something, but having to go get the employee to unlock the case for you is like, you're like, forget it. This was like going to be like a special buy type thing. I don't need it. I want it. I don't need it. And this is too much effort. I'm not getting it now. So people are actually buying less because products were locked up. And we thought maybe that fad's over. Well, apparently not. Some Walmarts are locking up groceries. And no, not eggs, at least not yet. There are videos online of people in Walmart freaking out because there are anti-theft locks on the meat. They're not in a locked case. They're in tiny wire cages that apparently need to be unlocked at the register. That is way too much work. You have to go to the register to get someone so you can buy a pound of hamburger meat. In one video, someone says that's when you know it's bad. They put miniature gates so that you don't steal their meats Now, you might have seen this before. Some locations have been doing this for a few years, but it isn't happening everywhere. It sounds like it might be like a high crime area thing. Walmart has not commented on the latest reports, but some Walmarts and apparently some high crime areas are like locking up their meats in like chicken. Okay, I'm seeing the video now. So each individual, say like steak or sirloin or whatever, has its own chicken wire wrap around it, and it's got the lock on the actual chicken wire. So like you put it in your cart, and then when you take it up to the register, then they unlock it for you when you're scanning it. It's like when they would like lock up, they would have like each individual video game in a locked up case, like a big plastic case or whatever, and you'd have to take it to the register, then they'd unlock it for you, hand you the game when you buy it. It's kind of like that, except it's just like chicken wire around the meat. And that's going on apparently in some high crime areas at Walmart. Hey, there's that sad music again. That means my time has come to an end of the Joe Show. Had a blast with you all on this Wednesday morning, and I hope you made the start to your work day just a little bit more bearable. I'm Joe Mathis signing off. I'm back with it tomorrow morning, dark and early, on Danville's one-stop shop for local news, local events, and local voices. The Joe Show on AM 1230 and the brand new 103.9 FM, WHIR Danville News Talk Sports. Until then, God bless. Have a great, fun, and safe Wednesday afternoon. Curtis McPeak's Home Sweet Home leads us home sweet home. Kentucky Sports Radio is coming up next, and we've got baseball tonight as Danville visits Garrett County at the brand new Golden Lion Field. 6 o'clock first pitch on Z105.